Broadcasting to you from the heart of northern Minnesota, this is the best music-oriented podcast and web series on all of YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Roger Radio Show. I am Roger Radio.
And I'm Aegis on Levity of the entire band group.
Hey, you stupid cracker, you want to do another podcast with me?
Hell no.
It don't matter, you're here, so let's fucking do this. This time, we are doing another beer. I understand you did another beer change operation to this.
Yeah, we're doing Pabst PBRs now.
Yeah.
My favorite is still, obviously, Voodoo Rangers, but PBRs are good and they're cheap.
Yeah, well, that and they do taste kind of like IPAs, too, so. Ooh. Or just like any normal beer. Either way, it is what it is, so. All right, so before we get started with today's fucking podcast, the question of the podcast is, who is your most favorite musician or band that you would like to see win a Grammy? And by that, I mean, like, who's your most favorite that never won a single Grammy that you would like to see win one?
That's easy, Deer Hunter.
Nickelback.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so I might as well. Actually, I might keep my glasses on. I don't know. I think I might keep them on. I want to look fancy, dude. I gotta look like my boy Kendrick Lamar, man, because he is kicking ass once more, ladies and gentlemen. You might see the glare in my eyes. I'll try and show them as much as I can, but it is what it is. But obviously, ladies and gentlemen, there's a giant elephant in the room, and you all know what it is. It was that time of the year again where it was the Grammy Awards, and we're gonna do a recap of the Grammys and everything in between. Now, just to let you know that I am very, very amazed and impressed with the same message that they were spreading throughout the whole thing. And of course, it was about basically the synopsis of the speeches that I've listened to that we will get into when we get to them, is that it's pretty much talking about what we are still dealing with here in Minnesota is the invasion of ICE, or ICE all over fucking Minneapolis. And what we have been seeing is that the music world is watching us, literally. And we've been seeing what's been going on, and this is going to be the subject of another podcast we will be recording. And it's obviously about ICE being all over the place. We all know the tragedies that have happened, and a lot of musicians...
Yep, and they do not belong here.
Yeah, and a lot of musicians have even made protest songs that we will talk about in our next podcast episode. But just to like I said, man, just to let you know, I am so amazed and impressed with the theme of what the Grammys were somewhat this year. Oh geez, my mom's calling me. I'll just text her and let her know I'm recording, so it'll be fine. But okay. Yeah, man, it's just impressive to see what has happened. The only thing is, like, has music really continued going more down the shitter?
Oh, actually, I was going to ask you for your tips.
Yes.
I mean, it's, I mean, like I said, it's the one thing is, like, there were some highlights and there were some lowlights, as I like to call them. And obviously, it's just insane right now. And I am just really also, like, very, very shocked at, like, some of the responses that everyone's been giving in light of, like, all the stuff, like what everyone said. And we will get into those as well. But, yeah, it's insane, man. What were your thoughts about the whole entire thing firsthand?
Well, it had the same problem that the last few Grammy ceremonies have had in common, in that all the biggest winners are lazy-ass slop that I would never voluntarily listen to.
Yeah. And, oh, man, dude, I tell you, I obviously have been throwing you through the ringer over this past year somewhat, you know, and you are right, dude. And there is, like, one thing that I did add for my notes because I was watching a video from the one and only Rick Beato, who is, like, probably one of the most
Mr. Beat.
iconic music critics or music channels out there, and there is something he did say that I'm gonna say for the end of this podcast. So
I like Mr. Beat. I watch his other channel where he talks about history and shit.
yeah, well that's Mr. Beat. This is Rick Beato.
No, I was missing that up. Yeah, Rick Beato. I thought it was Beato. I watch his music
He looks
channel.
like Beato
I
to
don't know
me,
why I
honestly.
mixed him up with Mr. Beat.
Yeah, I don't think they look iconic at all. So, all right, let's get into the information here firsthand. All right, there was a lot of history that was made as well too that we will get into soon. So obviously it was a few days ago, like almost a week ago, and I wanted to take as much time as I could to get all the information that I needed for all of you, and Aegis did the same. It was obviously on February 1st of this year at crypto.com arena. What the fuck kind of
Hmm.
arena name is that? It was in LA. That's all you need to know. And it was hosted by Trevor Noah for the sixth time. And actually, this is his final year hosting it.
Yep, so he got away with a lot of bullshit he otherwise wouldn't have been able to get away with, which I think is pretty cool.
And we are going to get
I do
into
like Trevor
all the
Noah. Trevor Noah's
monologues.
cool.
We're going to get into all the monologues he said, dude, because there is a lot of good ones, a lot of the spicy ones, too. So, obviously, the most awards this year were Kendrick Lamar, and the most nominations were him again, dude. So, dude, my boy KL is killing it again, man. My
Hmm.
boy Kendrick fucking Lamar from Compton, fucking California, baby. Woo! So, obviously, there was a lot of history that was made in this year's award ceremony, and that was that KL was the biggest winner for the second consecutive year with 5 wins, and we will get into those. His fourth of 5 win Grammy night in his career, he has surpassed the Jay-Z to become the most awarded hip hop artist in Grammy Awards history. I'm actually kind of surprised that it ain't Eminem, to be honest, man.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny followed him with 3 wins, becoming the first Spanish language album and third Latino artist to receive the honors that we will get into. Billie Eilish, or Eyelash, and her brother Phineas obviously won their Song of the Year thing that we'll get to soon, becoming the most awarded artists in the category in Grammy Awards history with 3 wins each, and that's for Song of the Year. Eilish's win that night also tied her with Adele for the most wins in the general or primary field, as I call it, by a female artist with 7 each. Olivia Dean, with her award, what became the 9th woman in a row to win the award and first British winner since Dua Lipa in 2019, while Tyler, the Creator, and Zach Top took home the inaugural album awards that we will get to, and that is for Best Album Cover and Best Traditional Country Album. Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters won their award, becoming the first K-pop song to win a Grammy Award in any category. So, we obviously just let you guys know there was like a premiere ceremony that they did that we did not have time to do, obviously. I had too much shit that was going on, obviously.
I watched it.
Yeah. And what did you
Yep.
think?
Honestly, I thought the premiere ceremony was better than the actual Grammys itself.
Yeah.
Better performances, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. What could you please explain to us like some of the performances you remember fondly or anything like that?
Let me pull them up. Let's see. So, let's see. First, they had a song called Shining Star, including the artist Israel Houghton. I don't know how the hell to
Okay.
pronounce that.
I think it's Houghton. I think you got it.
Houghton? Okay. Grace Potter, Lily Ika, is that pronounced?
Lily
Maggie Rose
Ika or Lila
and
Ika, I
Trump.
think.
Oh yeah. Lila Ika, Maggie Rose, and Trombone Shorty. I thought it was
Okay.
pretty cool. I honestly I really liked it, especially the trombone. I thought the trombone was incredible. I loved
Yeah.
that.
Can you please explain to us like what the setup looked like for like when they were doing their performances?
It was shit. was a couple days ago, so I can't really remember exactly what it looked like.
Okay, yeah.
I wasn't really paying much attention to the actual thing. I was just listening to music.
Okay,
But
I
no, it was
got you.
really good. And then they had, is it pronounced Zara Larson?
Zara Larson, yeah, I think you got it right there, yeah.
Yeah, she played Midnight Sun. I thought she was a great singer, but the music itself was not for me. Then they had Spirit Box, which is a metal band, a newer metal band, and they played
Oh, yeah?
Soft Spine. I thought it was really good. The only thing is, like, when I listen to music, I don't like it when it's all just screaming. So
Well,
it's
that's the
just not
point
for
of
me.
heavy
There's
metal.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like with System of a Down, for example, they do some screaming and some like regular vocals, which I like.
Yeah,
It's
they
just when
like
it's
switch
all
back and
screaming,
forth
it's not
kind
for
of
me.
thing.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm not saying you can't do that. I think it's fine. It's just not for me. Not my cup of
Yeah.
tea. But I thought they were incredible. And then Tasha Cobbs Leonard did a song called Church, and I thought that was really good. I thought it was really good. I loved it.
Yeah, is that a song that you would probably tell your church to listen to?
Mm.
Or I
Um,
don't know. I don't like I said, I didn't listen to any of these, so I don't know if it's like appropriate wise or what, to be honest with you, you know.
yeah. And then they had let's see, was the guy hosting it was
Oh, there was
let's
another there was
see,
one more
Darren
song.
Chris. Yeah,
Oh,
Darren
Darren
Chris
Chris,
was
yep.
hosting it, and he also joined in on the last song from a musical he's in called Maybe Happy Ending.
Okay,
And
I see
what
it.
did I put down? I thought it was good. It was nothing spectacular. It was a very typical song for like a musical. So
Yeah.
nothing spectacular. It was just all right.
Yeah, I mean, even then, you know, like it's not for everyone, you know, that kind of thing. I know that
Yeah.
for the presenters that I'm looking at is that there was Darren Chris, the host, Edgar Barrera, Dee Dee Bridgewater, Sierra Hull. I played a few of her songs on my old radio shows. Then there was Jimmy Jam and, oh, dude, Dave Koz. Dude, he's actually one of my favorite jazz musicians, and I played
Yeah.
a fuck ton of his music
Hmm.
on my old radio shows. And let me tell you, dude, he has the type of music where if it's a Friday morning and it's like misty or a little sprinkly outside, I would just sit back, make a cup of coffee, and then would sit by a bar, like by a chimney fire, if we even had a chimney in this fucking apartment building. And then there was Trombone Shorty as well, and then Jesse Wells. Those were
Yep.
the presenters, obviously, for that.
Yeah, and they
So,
did
but
give out some rewards during the premiere ceremony. I can't remember what rewards they gave out during it though.
yeah, I know there was like a whole bunch of other like acceptance speeches for like other categories, but I didn't have time to even watch them. So I'm telling you, man, I knew I should have started researching immediately when Monday came around. But like I
Yep.
said, I had a fuck ton of other stuff I had to do. Obviously, I had to make a few other things for like my podcast and promotional stuff and shit like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But that being said, before we get started with the performances, what do you say we take a look at Trevor Noah's whole monologue throughout the whole ceremony?
Okay.
He basically the show obviously started with Apata by fucking Bruno Mars and Rose.
Yeah.
And oh my god, dude, I don't even want to get started. But Trevor Noah did say that Apata is supposed to be a Korean drinking game. And he said, "We have that here in America, but every time you turn on the news, you drink."
Hmm.
I think he was supposed to
Yeah.
I think that was supposed to be a reference to like all of the right wing news outlets that were out there and shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah. And then he mentioned that Lauren Hill, who was one of the performers for the main event or main ceremony, her last performance was in 1999. That was when Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky's sex scandal happened. Computers almost destroyed the world, and Diddy got arrested that time. My, how time flies, or how things have changed. Here's the difference, Mr. Noah. The one thing that didn't change was Diddy getting arrested, and he's now in prison getting butt fucked with the rest of them.
Yep. I think that was the point of the joke.
Yep. Well, like I said, dude, if It's so amazing to see like a Diddy, who was known as Puff Daddy back in them days. He is even considered one of the most Grammy Award nominated people for his field, and then just to see that huge fall from grace, dude, like I would say it would probably be the black version of Jeffrey Epstein.
Hmm.
That's just me, anyways. I do apologize to everyone out there if you took that joke offensively. I am sorry. But
I
you all,
apologize to Jeffrey Epstein for.
but dude, we can't apologize to him. He's fucking 6 feet in the ground, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Trevor Noah would go on to say is that he feels like he was at Jeff Bezos' wedding if there were more black people. And then he also gave a shout out to Reba McEntire. And let me tell you something, my mom is a huge diehard fan of Reba McEntire, and that was her first ever live performance. She's been doing this for how many years, and not once did she ever do a performance until the night. Oh, and then Trevor Noah takes a jab at Nicki Minaj's new relationship with Donald Trump, or as I call her, MAGA Minaj, because she's sold out. I used to respect her. I do not anymore because of that shit. How fucking dare you, Nicki? How fucking dare you? But he says, and I quote, he was making fun of Trump saying this, like, yeah, I have the biggest ass. Everybody says you do, but I really have the largest ass.
He clearly has not seen my big fat dumper.
Right? Just send him a picture. Just send him a picture of that fucking one you showed me, dude, and you're good to go. And you just be like, nah, my dumper's bigger than yours. All right. And this is the one part that made me sick to my stomach, though. He decides to bring up Anxiety by Doechii. Says it is the new national anthem, and I say bullshit. You know what the national anthem should be? Bulls on Parade by Rage Against the Machine. Because that's what our thoughts are in this time. And then he ends up making a reference to Kendrick Lamar and Drake's feud. And he says, hip-hop beef these days went full detective mode in that they should become private investigators or become the FBI. Because if we were in the day and age 30 years ago, like if we were old enough to remember the hip-hop rivalry back in the 90s, it was pretty much ending with one person getting shot and killed. This year, they're just doing private detective work. And then there were 2 times he did a interview with Bad Bunny, and Bad Bunny, let me tell you, dude, he looks like a genuine nice guy.
Yeah, I like Bad Bunny. He's cool.
Yeah. He obviously Bad Bunny could not perform during the Grammys because he is still waiting to do his Super Bowl halftime show, which will be tomorrow, and it's supposed to be good. But Trevor Noah asked him about it, and he's like, do you think there's a chance if things don't get better here in America, I could come move with you to Puerto Rico? Or move in with you in Puerto Rico? Because that's where Bad Bunny's from.
Yeah, and then didn't he say Puerto Rico is in America?
Oh, yep. No, Puerto Rico, well, they're not a United State. They're not part of the states, but they are kind of like a American territory thing. It's like the U.S. Virgin Islands, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know? And then Trevor Noah at one point said that he brings up the fact that the Grammys did their last ever show on CBS because CBS broadcast it because I think they're going to be moving to something else, like maybe streaming platforms. And he said, 6 years, I believe in term limits. Leave when your term is up. Which is another jab at Trump's attempt to possibly try and run for a third term.
Yep, and those idiots who's going to say he's going to get a third term, and if he does not deserve it.
Yeah, right? So, let's continue on, my friend. You know what the coolest thing was? Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson was in attendance.
Hmm.
Because from what I remember when I was reading on this, she earned a Grammy nomination for I think like an audio book or something that she co-authored or something like that. I would have to take a look and see what it is. Noah makes another jab saying if we were edited instead of going live, the president would have to sue us.
Hmm.
Because, Trump had a tendency to keep suing everyone.
Yep.
Except for, by coincidence, Newsmax and Fox News.
What a surprise.
He gave a shout out to Joni Mitchell, who is often considered among the greatest female folk singers of all time. Her album, I think it's called Blue. It's at number 3 on Rolling Stone's all-time greatest albums list. He gets back to Bad Bunny, and Bad Bunny, he was showing sympathy to Noah about the Grammy hosting thing, saying, hey, so I hear this is your last year, and being sympathetic, and Trevor Noah was trying to coax him into showing us a sneak peek of what his Super Bowl halftime show will be like, right? And he was a little resistant, but then he was able to coax him, and then there was, I think, his I can't remember if they were his session musicians on his album or whatnot, and he sang a tiny bit of it, like just a second or two, because, contractual obligations, obviously. So he gave us a little bit. And then he says this, Song of the Year is what everybody wants, like Trump wanting Greenland, because Epstein Island is no longer there. He needs Greenland to hang out with good old Bill.
Isn't there a rumor that he sucked Bill Clinton's dick?
I'm not sure, actually. I hope it ain't true.
There was either a rumor that he sucked Bill Clinton's dick or Bill Clinton sucked his dick. I think the rumor was that Trump sucked Bill Clinton's dick, though. I think that's what it was.
Well, either way, man, I say we just leave it at that. Otherwise, Trump's gonna sue us for $100 billion. And then for some reason, when Cher was going out there to present a Record of the Year, for some reason, Trevor Noah almost did what almost seemed like a reference to when Kanye West cut it off Taylor Swift a long time ago. He just went out there to say, I do apologize for interrupting, but here's your Lifetime Achievement Award. Because Cher was one of the honorees who accepted that award, which we will get to soon. The only difference is that Cher wasn't horrified at what happened, and Trevor Noah said, but she was one of the best singers of all time, kind of thing, or whatever. And he said something about like how he loves live TV, obviously, and then concludes the whole entire ceremony with a goodbye, with him saying it was not a job. I considered it as being a huge music fan with the best seat in the house, and thanked CBS for 54 years of hosting the Grammys. And that was all he said, really. So, what does President Trump say in response to all of this? He said that the Grammys are quote unquote absolutely horrible, and he ended up threatening to sue Trevor Noah for his so-called disrespect. And he responded on his Truth Social, or as I call it, False Social, and said this in a post. I can't speak for Bill, but I have never been on Epstein's Island, nor anywhere close. It looks like I'll be sending my lawyers to sue this poor, pathetic, talentless dope of an MC and suing him for plenty.
Says the guy whose name was in the new batch of the Epstein files over 5,300 times.
Yeah, I mean, dude, how do you think that's going to hold up in court, dude? It's probably going to be another court case that's going to be dropped by a federal judge regardless. because of the quote unquote freedom of speech and First Amendment rights. And dude, Trump tried to. Oh, my camera fucked up. Hang on a minute. Come on, I know you can work with me. Just give me a quick moment. Had to reboot it. All right, we good?
Yep.
All right. Now, here's this, dude. Donald Trump tried to cancel Jimmy Kimmel, and he failed. He can try and cancel Trevor Noah if he wants to, but he's not going to succeed. God damn it. Hang on a minute. Fuck's sake. All right. Probably during break. All right. Just need to take a look quick. All right. I think I should be fine for now. But yeah, dude. Bottom line is he's going to fail with Trevor Noah anyways, no matter what.
Yeah.
All right. So, shall we get into the performances?
Yes.
All right. So, we're going to start with obviously the opening song, which was Apata. I thought it was APT, but it's Apata by Rose and Bruno Mars. And oh my fucking God, I did not like the song or performance. Bruno Mars, for me, is way out of his league to try and be a rock and roller. He's a pop rock, he's a pop musician. I would not be clapping, I would be booing. But I do agree on the Korean drinking game aspect of it. But dude, Bruno fucking Mars trying to be a rock, this is a musician trying to be out there with his guitar and wearing a bandana like he's trying to be Bruce Springsteen. Like, dude, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Do you want to say anything about it?
I know what it is about his voice. I just do not like Bruno Mars' voice. I don't like it. I have nothing against him. He seems like a cool guy. I just don't like his voice.
I don't like him. I like it's just like with Justin Bieber, dude. I just fucking hate him. Although there was that one song that was memed a lot of back in 2015, 2016. You know, the dun 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 dun. Give me your attention, baby. You know that meme?
Yeah.
That's the only like highlight that I see from him. I wouldn't download that song, but it's a funny meme. Maybe I might consider that. Just have you sucker punch me. Do. Give me your attention, baby. Now, next up we had was Sabrina Carpenter performing Man-Child. Let me tell you something, dude. Was it my imagination or did it feel like I was getting a vibe from the Alan Parsons Project's I, Robot cover?
I don't know. I didn't really care for it, to be honest.
I mean, the setup was you were at an airport, right? And Carpenter was dressed like a stewardess. I could imagine if she tried to dress up like the stewardess that was on the front cover of Supertramp's Breakfast in America album. And then all of a sudden, dude, there was an astronaut, a tourist from Hawaii, a World War I trooper or whatever, a doctor. They were all, supposed to be passengers dancing around. For some reason, it looked like an audition for some weird ass show that I would probably not watch. And then it ended with her holding a dove, a little cute white dove. And all of a sudden, there was like a bunch of animal rights activists that were calling for her to be imprisoned for holding it because they thought it was animal cruelty.
It's dumb. This is dumb.
Dude, everything about this whole thing was fucking dumb. You know it, and I know it. Okay, so obviously, we enter the next part that's called the Best New Artist Medley, and it included the likes of the Marias, Addison Rae, Cat's Eye, Leon Thomas, Alex Warren, Lolo Young, Olivia Dean, and Somber. The Marias performed No One Noticed. It was very dark lighting with an ocean in the background. It was a quiet performance, but I actually kind of liked it.
I didn't. That is kind of boring, to be honest.
Dude, sometimes you gotta have quiet music every once in a while. It can't be about all the fucking hard, you know,
Oh, there are some
music.
quiet songs I like.
I don't know. But either way, dude. Addison Rae performs Fame as a Gun. It starts with her in a semi truck, and the performance was, I think, behind the scenes or in the backstage area. It looked like the backstage for a movie or music concert. Addison ended up stripping down, obviously, to her underwear garments. And for some reason, I thought it turned into her auditioning for a Brazzers.com video. And if you all are wondering, it's essentially a porn website. Of course, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Yeah. No, there used to be like some meme where there would be like a very suggestive picture and it would just have the Brazzers logo on it.
Oh yeah,
That meme was the only reason why I know about that
yeah,
website.
dude. There was like a bunch of memes that I found on the old Vine social media, and it was basically the intro animation for Pornhub.com, and it was just people doing stupid shit or like weird fetish shit for memes.
Yeah.
Even though, dude, I was like, um, I thought the song, the performance, I was like, what the fuck? But the song for me was okay. It probably won't be something that I would seek, but if it's there, I'll listen to it. I'll probably end up downloading it and just be like, whenever I feel like it, but I probably won't listen to it again.
Next in the best new artist medley is probably my least favorite song in the entire medley.
Was it
And that
Gnarly
was
by Cat's
Gnarly.
Eye?
I did not like Gnarly. I
Oh
did
my
not like
god,
it.
dude. They left the backstage to go to the stage. I was like, fuck this song and fuck the performance, dude. They start as a rap song, then they transition to a dubstep, then rock. Like, you can't fucking do that, dude. Unless if you're like maybe King Crimson or Emerson Lake and Palmer, they do it way more better.
Yeah. Frank Zappa did some cool transitions like that, and so did Mr. Bungle.
Dude, I mean, dude, we were reviewing Joe's Garage a while back, dude, and I did see that. He did transition like from one genre to the other, because remember, dude, there was like the Central Scrutinizer, which is the opening track, then Joe's Garage. He switched essentially from rock music to like country-ish, you know? But dude, with this here, dude, you can't do that, dude. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? All right, next up is Leon Thomas performing Mutt. I actually did like the setup they did, and I actually liked the song. I'm gonna download it.
I liked the guitar work on the song. I
Dude,
liked
it
the
was,
guitar on it.
dude,
I didn't like the rest of it, but I did really like their guitar on it.
yeah, I mean, dude, it looked like a standard rock setup, you know, like rock bands, you know. It wasn't anything too fancy, and occasionally you can go a little fancy, dude, but not too much, dude. Like, if it was you, dude, how would you do your performances for like if you were performing at the Grammys for a hyperbole?
Honestly, if it was me performing, I wouldn't like blow it over, you know. I wouldn't have like this big fancy setup with all these like uh people dancing and shit. It would
Yeah.
just be our band playing and me up front singing.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, I mean, with me, dude, you could have like a little bit of flashiness, like maybe do something with the uniforms, but
Yeah.
to keep the performance just like normal and whatnot. That's what they did with
Yeah,
the
I want
country, some of the CMA awards and then the Americana awards.
yeah, more attention on the music than the choreography.
Yeah. And dude, even with all these performances, that's what they were relying on mostly was choreography. And dude, do you
Exactly.
really need that many fucking extras? It's supposed to be about
You
you,
don't.
not the fucking extras. All right, and obviously we come next to Alex Warren, who was performing Ordinary, and obviously you remember that it was at the MTV VMAs. He performed it, and he walked from a hallway and then through the crowd to his stage, and then the platform ends with him floating in the air because they lifted it up. And this is the same song that he did at the MTV VMAs that we reviewed, and I still don't care about the fucking song at all.
I don't either. I just thought it was kind of just dumb gimmick with this thing rising, you know, because you just walked out, you sang, you stepped on the thing, it started rising, and that was it.
Here's the thing, dude. For me, dude, Alex Warren,
If
he does show promise. He does show a lot of
yeah,
potential and promise, but I probably won't revisit his stuff.
me neither.
Yeah. Okay, so next up we go to Lola Young performing Messy on the piano. And dude, it's just like when she performed at the MTV VMAs, dude. I literally had to skip her performance because of the fucking screaming, dude. Like,
I
and
didn't
you
mind the
know,
vocals, but I don't know, just like playing like basic piano chords can just get boring to me,
yeah,
especially when it's really repetitive. It wasn't too repetitive, this one was, but I don't know. Didn't have any very interesting chords in it.
yeah. I mean, dude, like I said, I saw her on the piano, and like I said, god damn it, dude, I literally had to skip it because I couldn't fucking take it.
Yeah.
All right, so next up we got Olivia Dean performing "Man I Need," and oh my god, dude, some reason the setup was like either 20s swing style or 70s disco setup. I did like her performance.
I did too. I really liked this one. I liked it a lot.
I immediately added it for a song to download, dude. Like, dude,
Yeah.
she's got promise. She's got promise, dude. Like, holy fuck. All right. And then finally we conclude with yes, Somber performing 12 to 12. I loved his uniform. He looked like a fucking disco ball out there, man. Started on stage and then went into the crowd. I loved his performance, man. And dude, maybe I should get a suit like that.
Hmm.
And then right afterwards, dude, we go to another fucking downer and it's Justin fucking Bieber performing Yukon. He
No,
was
so
oh
my sis.
go
Oh, go
ahead.
ahead. Okay. So I was watching this, and my sister and her boyfriend, Ryan, Milk, his name is Milk, we were watching it. They didn't notice like the first 5 seconds where he played a little guitar and made the thing loop it. And so they just watched the whole thing with him just having a guitar on, and they're like, when the fuck is he going to use the guitar?
Nah, he played the strums and then he resampled it in his
Yeah,
gizmo that he
yeah.
had.
Yeah, they didn't see that. So they thought he just walked out with the guitar and didn't fucking touch it.
Yeah, he was wearing his shorts, only strumming guitar with that. And the shorts thing, dude, I did understand this. This is supposed to be a reference to his album Swag, which is probably the most freaking basic thing he would name one of his albums, obviously. I will say
Honestly, I
this.
don't like the word swag. I think it's dumb.
Well, dude, I'm wearing swag right now, so fuck you if you don't like it. Nevertheless, dude, he strummed his guitar, walked away, and then just returned. And I'll tell you this, even how many years later, I still don't fucking like him.
I don't either.
He does have something really good with his wife, Haley. They just had a child, and so I wish him the best on that, but still, I don't
Yeah.
fucking like him. Oh, and then we get to one of my favorite performances, Lady Gaga doing Abracadabra.
I like this one too. I thought the music was decent, okay? It wasn't anything spectacular. It wasn't bad. It was just decent.
Yeah.
But I really liked the visuals. The visuals were great. And just the camera angles were
Oh, dude.
loved it.
It was just as good as her performance at the MTV VMAs. Like, it wasn't anything
Yeah.
as massive as like what she did at the VMAs, dude. But yeah, she was wearing once again. It looked like a Victorian style outfit that would be from the video game Bloodborne.
Hmm.
She
So
looked like she,
as far
yeah,
as pop musicians go, Lady Gaga is a really good artist.
right. I mean, dude, every time I listen to her, dude, I go nuts, completely crazy, without a doubt. And let me
Hmm.
tell you something, dude. There's no replacing her with her style, man.
Yeah, I like her style. It was cool.
Yep. And then sadly, we go on to the next biggest bullshit, and it's Bruno Mars and the Hooligans doing "I Just Might." And like I said, I had to fucking skip this performance
Hmm.
too because of his goddamn voice. But I did see it looked like a Valentine's Day style game show.
Yeah, I didn't care for that one either, to be honest.
Seriously, fuck him, dude. Fuck him. All right. Then I go
Oh,
to. Huh?
oh, the next one. I got something to say.
Please do, dude. It's Tyler the Creator performing Thought I Was Dead, but god damn it. I'm gonna let you say your stuff first.
I usually do not like rap, but the first song that Tyler the Creator did, I liked. I didn't care much for the second song he did, but that first song he did was really good.
Oh, stop it! Dude, I got so annoyed with the military shit.
I'm
I
talking
mean,
about the music itself, not the actual like performance. I
I don't
likes the
know what.
music.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it contained elements of another song that's called "Like Him" that he did, and
Yeah,
it started with that military stuff, like that military chanting thing, dude. I got so annoyed with it, dude. Like, this is probably my most hated one right here, without a doubt.
really.
Yeah. And then, but it did include Regina King at the beginning of Sugar on My Tongue. She, you know the Glick's clothing store that's at Central Square Mall here in town?
Yeah.
Some reason I almost felt like it looked like it. Someone drove off in a Ferrari, and then they're all of a sudden out in the front of a gas station setup. There was like a soldier that was dead on a stretcher being carried away, and Tyler the Creator was dancing there, but I thought that he was gonna teabag him because it was a soldier, like a Call of Duty reference.
Yeah.
And then he grabbed dynamite, went into the gas station and blew himself up. And I would make a joke right now, but I'm afraid I would offend the living hell out of everyone that's out in the Middle East. And I'm not going there. I am not going to fucking go there.
Could you text me what you were gonna say?
Give me a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, while we're doing this, like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified. All right, I just said that to you. Yeah, and we are not going to repeat it on here.
It said beep.
Just say blank. All
Yeah,
right,
I'm not gonna say.
now we get to the most somber moment of the main ceremony performances, and that was the in memoriam tributes that happened. There were three tributes that were made that involved audio narrations. There was Bruce Springsteen narrating a tribute to Brian Wilson. John Mayer narrated a tribute to Bobby Weir, who was the heart and soul of the Grateful Dead. And then Chaka Khan narrated a tribute to the one and only Sly Stone. So, this here is where Reba McEntire comes in. She opens the whole tribute with performing Trailblazer with Brandy Clark and Lucas Nelson, who just so happens to be the son of the legendary Willie Nelson. It wasn't anything fancy. They actually did not do anything fancy with this show, their
They didn't.
performance. It was just it started normally with, people like taking out their phones and turning on the lights or flashlights to look like they're holding lighters and whatnot. And it was they were basically showing the whole entire in memoriam thing they did. They were showing a slideshow of everyone who passed away in the past year.
Yeah.
And then just as they as they show Ozzy Osbourne's picture, it transitions to Post Malone. Post fucking Malone performing War Pigs from the Paranoid album, and he was with Duff McKagan and Slash of Guns N' Roses, Chad Smith of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Andrew Watt to perform it, and they were to perform War Pigs to honor Ozzy as there
I
were
thought it was
more
good. I
slides
liked it.
continuing. I did love like how the beats were going. The flames would shoot up.
Yeah.
They don't call Ozzy the Prince of Darkness for no reason. But dude, I could imagine if a Post Malone would have made a super group with these people.
That'd be cool.
I would.
I don't personally listen to his music, but once I get rich and famous, I want to hang with Post Malone, have a few beers, play some Magic cards, have a good time.
Maybe we should send him an email link to the Duel of Destiny video that we did. He would be like, yeah, I want to collab with these guys. But dude, it was that was like among my most favorite performances right there, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
All right, and then they show another picture tribute that in honor of D'Angelo, and it's let me just see here. Oh yeah, Lauryn Hill, who was performing for the first time since 1999, was joined by the likes of Lucky Day, Raphael Sadiq, Anthony Hamilton, Leon Thomas, Bilal, Alexia J, John Batiste, Leon Bridges, Lala Hathaway, October London, John Legend, Chaka Khan, and Wyclef Jean, and was performing her song Nothing Even Matters. And then they do a suite of D'Angelo's songs that include Brown Sugar, Lady, Devil's Pie, Another Life, Untitled, How Does It Matter, and Africa. What did you
I
think
liked
of that?
most of it.
What's
I
that?
liked most of it. I liked most of it.
I loved how the lighting was pretty dark, dude. It felt
Yeah.
like it was very somber. Cause I don't know what it is. Like, there's always like a recollection between honoring like one's life and then darkness or whatnot. I did like it, dude. They
Yeah.
had that gospel like setting too, dude, and I thought that was pretty nice, you know. And remember, dude, a lot of this R&B stuff, they always include this stuff, you know. Because remember, dude, this is almost like a correlation of you know, like in a lot of them churches down south, and like mostly the black only churches and whatnot, they would always do
Yeah.
gospel stuff and all that. It's what it almost felt like they were doing an honor kind of thing with that, especially with Martin Luther King Jr. Day coming up. So that's just me anyway.
Yeah.
All
Then the
righty.
last one.
Let's continue on here. Then they do a suite of Roberta Flack songs, who is another person they were honoring, and included The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face, Compared to What, which is a protest song. Let me see if I can find anything about that. Yeah, it was supposed to be a protest song about something, which we might talk about on our next podcast. And then there's also The Closer I Get to You, Where is the Love, Feel Like Making Love. And I thought those were good as well. And then they
Yeah.
end up doing some of Lori Lieberman's songs that include Killing Me Softly with the song and Killing Me Softly. What? I'm sorry, dude. How can you have two songs that almost are titled the same? It would be like an equivalent of if you decide to make two albums that are just called the Black Album or White Album. Then they conclude the whole thing with Richard Smallwood's song Total Praise. And like I said, dude, it was a nice soft touch, a nice compliment, you know?
Was that the one with Pharrell Williams clips and Voices of Fire?
Nope, that is the next one, actually, that we're going to
Okay.
get to right now.
Yeah, I didn't write the actual names of the songs. I just wrote the name of the artists.
Yeah, well, I always write the song so that way everyone knows what the fuck we're talking about, you know? But yeah, Clips concludes the performance with Pharrell Williams and Voices of Fire. And performance so far ahead, it was a nice gospel setup too. And then there was that Eternal Flame that was right there, which I thought was sick. They were all wearing white tuxes while the choir was wearing all black. It kept switching from different backgrounds. Like it switched to a lot of red, then white for lighting, and it started snowing out of nowhere. I don't
I
know.
really liked the choir. I loved the choir. I thought
Right?
it was really good.
Was it? Let me ask you this honestly. Did you feel that the snow was kind of a reference to Minnesota?
Could have been. We're kind of the center of the news right now with ice being fucking motherfuckers.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just my opinion on it anyway, so. All right, it looks like we're still working okay. I guess I don't know what the hell was going on with our shit. I think Y2K has come, dude. All right, so that being said, that was all the performances, but what are your final thoughts about before we move on or go to break?
I thought some of the performances were actually really good, but a lot of them were just kind of dull and boring and very monotonous.
What about overhyped?
Yeah, a lot of them were overhyped for sure.
Nah. Yeah,
There were some I liked. There were some I liked, but most of them I did not like.
It was the Ozzy Osbourne tribute I loved the most.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, man. I don't really have much to say, but overall, you know, you like or you don't like, you know?
Yeah.
So, we're gonna take a quick break. What do you say, dude? Get our stretching
sounds
going.
good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be right back. When we return, we are gonna talk about all the awards or as much of them as possible before the next break. Do not go anywhere. We will be right back, bitch. Ladies and gentlemen, over the last few months since I started this podcast and YouTube channel, I've been preaching a whole lot about how rock and roll is the one true music genre to listen to. That's because it's the only good music out there. And obviously, I have a strong hatred for adult contemporary and pop music. I believe it's the greatest crime against humanity since the Holocaust. And I don't know why, ladies and gentlemen, had to buy these, obviously, because it's music related. Selena Gomez Oreo cookies. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would you buy these, Roger? Because I'm pathetic, and I'm asking for help! Alright, let's see what we got here. It's almost like the Post Malone Oreo cookie here. Cheers. Are you an independent musician or band that's looking to be interviewed and to promote your music? If so, contact me via social media or email today. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Post Malone here with my boy Jelly Roll, and welcome back to the Roger Radio Show. I feel like $1,000,000. I feel like I just got back from an NBA game or an NFL game. I don't know about you, man.
I feel like about 350.
I love it. I love it, man. I love it. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we are still continuing our recap of the 2026 Grammy Awards, and we have just finished talking about all the performances, and now that we've gotten all of that main stuff out of the way, we're going to get right into the awards themselves. So let me ask you this for firsthand, dude. Was there some that you were happy with, some you were mad at, or what?
Yeah, there were some I disagreed with, some that I agreed with,
I'll say this.
some that I really didn't care about.
Yeah. I will say this. At least Taylor Swift didn't get shit again this year.
Yep.
And at least Beyonce didn't get shit either. All right. So, obviously, we're going to start with with the general field, which I often call the primary awards. Is that a cat I heard?
No. Cat is way across the room over there. Couldn't have been the cat.
Give me a quick moment. I'm not sure, man. That doesn't sound like my cat's meows. I know my cat's meows all too well, sir. Or what about your little furry baby?
She's eating some food over there.
It's probably needed to be fed. I think that's what it was. All right, so now that we got that all out of the way, let's start with the record of the year. Now, before we get started with this, there is a couple notes that I did write down that I want to get into. We're going to also bring up some of the speeches that were made by the presenters, or if applicable, and then some of the speeches that were given by the big winners, or some of the winners that we know of. So,
yeah.
We're going to start with Harvey Mason Jr., who is the acting CEO of the Recording Academy. He presented Cher, who was given her Lifetime Achievement Award, she discussed, no, it was Harvey Mason Jr. who ended up was discussing that real division in America is still alive, and yet in
Mhm.
challenging times, music is there for us always. Music is the most powerful thing to connect everyone, a bridge over troubled waters, a way to speak up. No, do you agree?
Yeah.
And then and then obviously record of the year, it was Cher who presented it, and she spoke about like her achievements throughout all the years and throughout her career, and then obviously there's a lot of stuff to be said here. It was Kendrick Lamar and SZA that won for their song Luther, which actually was named after Luther Vandross. Um, who was among one of the most influential artists of all time as well. And the other nominees were Bad Bunny with DTMF, Sabrina Carpenter with Manchild, Doechii by Anxiety, and dude,
Doechii by Anxiety. You mean Anxiety by Doechii?
I meant Anxiety
It's
by
good old
Doechii.
Doechii by Anxiety.
You got to admit though, you should be happy that that didn't win shit. So,
I'm still
or
frustrated that it was even nominated, but whatever.
right. There was also Billie Eilish's Wildflower, Lady Gaga's Abracadabra, and then Chappell Roan's The Subway, and then Rose and Bruno Mars's Apata. And I am pleased with this one.
Yeah.
I Roger Radio am pleased that my man KL won. If it wasn't him, I would say it should have been Lady Gaga's Abracadabra if it wasn't him.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%.
Yep. In his speech, he gave a shout out to Luther Vandross, which is what the song's named after. And he said probably something that you can relate to here. And it says, "We're governed by God, not the government."
Yep. Obey God's law, not man's law.
Amen. Okay, so next up is often called the most, probably, I would say to win album of the year is probably the biggest honor of all of them because you know you did something right with it.
Yeah.
You know, it was, let me see here. It was Harry Styles who presented it. And it was obviously Bad Bunny with Debe Tara Mas Photos or DTMF, you know. And it was an extremely emotional moment for him, dude. Like, did you see the reaction on his face?
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude,
He
that
also
was
had a good
pure
speech,
emotion.
which we're going to talk about.
Oh, yeah. No, we'll get to that speech soon. The other nominees were Swag by Justin Bieber, Sabrina Carpenter's Man's Best Friend, Clips's Let God Sort 'Em Out, Lady Gaga's Mayhem, Kendrick Lamar's GNX, Leon Thomas's Mutt, and Tyler the Creator's Chromacopia. I think I'm not sure who I would say, like, Bad Bunny clearly deserved it, you know, but I still have yet to really recognize a whole lot of his music. So for me, for the sake of it, if it was anyone else, it would have been Mayhem by Lady Gaga or GNX by Kendrick Lamar. That is just my opinion on it. Do you want to get into a little bit of his speech he made?
I don't have his speech right now on my phone, but
Well,
it was a good speech.
Essentially the synopsis was that he spoke in Spanish to his home country of Puerto Rico, which is where he's from. And dude, I thought that was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was absolutely beautiful, dude. Without a doubt. Okay, so next category? Or
Yeah.
all right, next up was Song of the Year. It was Carole King who presented it, and a coincidence is that she was celebrating 55 years of her album Tapestry, which is considered her best work. And oh my God, dude, there is a whole lot that I need to say about this part right here for the speech that we'll get into in a moment. But the winner essentially was Billie Eilish with Wildflower. The other nominees were Lady Gaga's Abracadabra, Doechie's Anxiety, God damn it, Rose and Bruno Mars's Apata, Bad Bunny's DTMF, and it was Huntrix, EJ, Audrey Nuna, and Ray Ami song Golden, which is from the K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack. Then the other nominees, or final nominees, were Kendrick Lamar and SZA's Luther, and Sabrina Carpenter's Man-Child. Man, my sexy glasses are dirty, dude. I gotta clean these. God damn it. And dude, I'm sure you got a lot to say about her speech right here.
I thought it was a great speech. Once again, I don't have it pulled up, but I did see the speech and I thought it was great. Do you have it pulled up so we can say exactly what she said?
I do have like some notes down quick that I will read as well. Well, but essentially it was, she basically said, no one is illegal on stolen land. Keep fighting for good, speaking up, and use our voices, and fuck ICE.
No one is illegal on stolen land. That is a great quote.
Yep. But there is a couple notes that I made. So in addition to watching some of these speeches, I did also look at some stuff, some responses that a lot of these political analysts wanted to make because they have to make everything political, right? Fox News, I had to look up a compilation. Look at that little hairball right there. Anyways, you're not going to believe some of the stuff that was said here. In response to her speech here, Fox News host Greg Gutfeld and his whole panel said that Eilish's house should be sold and turned into a casino, saying that what she was wearing looked like she would do blackjack, said that she was incredibly disingenuous, and said that her job is to not lecture and just sing, and they apparently made a reference between her and Greta Thunberg.
I like Greta Thunberg. She's pretty cool.
Right? She's the one who said, how dare you, to like some giant panel. And oh my God, dude, like I said, with some of these analysts, dude, they were so paranoid and saying a bunch of made up shit. Megyn Kelly said, and I quote on her show, that she is going to fall like a domino. Jesse Kelly said it's not her job to preach politics and should shut the hell up. And what they said about how Billie Eilish said something about no one's illegal on stolen land. They had to make a point that her house is on land that belongs to the Tongva tribe, and everyone said that she should sell her house to them.
That's dumb. That's fucking dumb. It's
like
honestly one of the dumbest things I've heard from the fucking dipshits on Fox News.
Dude, they literally have to make everything into like spin it into like whatever narrative, dude. That's like the biggest
they're
issue.
just playing their narrative. They're lying their asses off to get views and make money.
Yeah. That's because they know they're just doing what Trump says. Every lie you make, it'll help get a fan base or whatever the fuck it is, kind of thing. Like, just fucking stupid, dude. Beyond stupid.
All right.
Next up, we have his Best New Artist. And it was Chapel Roan who presented it. I think she was the previous year's. I can't remember, to be honest with you. And it was Olivia Dean who won.
I was happy with that. I thought her performance was really good. Out of all the Best New Artists in the medley, hers was the best. She deserved that.
Yep. The other nominees were Cat's Eye, The Marias, Addison Rae, Somber, Leon Thomas, Alex Warren, and Lola Young. And I'll say
also,
this,
she's really cute.
It's not about that right now. Focus.
I
know. Anyway, if it wasn't her, I would have chosen Somber or Leon Thomas if she didn't win. Now, In her speech, she says, and I quote, "I'm a granddaughter of an immigrant and am proud, a product of bravery, and they should be celebrated." All right, so let's continue on here, shall we? The next up was Producer of the Year Non-Classical, and it was Circuit that won it. And I'm not gonna read all these songs off, dude. There's too many of them.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yep. The other nominees were Dan Auerbach, Dijon, Blake Mills, and Soundwave. I'm not really sure who I would have chosen honestly for it, but
I don't
Circuit.
know either.
We'll just read the winners stuff here. They Circuit ended up producing the likes of Lady Gaga's Abracadabra, Coco Jones's AEOMG, Rose and Bruno Mars's Apata, The Weeknd's Big Sleep, Lady Gaga's Disease, Jade's It Girl, Ed Sheeran's A Little More, Lady Gaga's Mayhem, and The Weeknd's Red Terror. No comment on that.
Yeah.
All right, Songwriter of the Year for non-classical was Amy Allen, who was credited for working on Rose and Bruno Mars's Apata, Jesse Murph's Sabata's The Rest, Shabuzi and Sierra Farrell's Hail Mary, Jenny and Dua Lipa's Handlebars, Tate McRae's Just Keep Watching, Karen Leone and Casey Musgraves' Lost in Translation, Sabrina Carpenter's Manchild, Sabrina Carpenter's Tears, and John Billion and Luke Combs' Why. The other nominees were Edgar Barrera, Jesse Joe Dillon, Tobias Jusso Jr., Laura Veltz, and that's it. Alrighty. Let me see here one more time.
Do you have anything to say, Kitty?
Will you get the cat out of here, dude? We're trying to record here. Alrighty. Next up, we're going to get to is the pop and dance electronic category, which is the first one. And we're going to start with Best Pop Solo Performance. It was Lola Young and her song Messy. The other nominees were Justin Bieber's Daisies, Sabrina Carpenter's Manchild, Lady Gaga's Disease, and Chappelle Roan's The Subway. I'm sorry, dude.
Honestly,
I would have said Lady Gaga or Chappelle Roan's, honestly.
I was gonna say I'd go with Chapo Rowan's.
Yeah, I did. I even did like that. I even watched the music video that they did for that, and I actually liked the music video.
Yeah.
So, next up is Best Pop Duo and Group Performance, and it was obviously Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande's Defying Gravity, and it was the other nominees were Huntrix Ije, Audrey Nuna, and Ray Ami's Golden, Cat's Eyes Gabriella, Rose and Bruno Mars's Apata, and SZA along with Kendrick Lamar for 30 for 30. I don't know what this. I honestly have no comment for that, to be honest with you, but I do like Ariana Grande. And then there's Kendrick Lamar, obviously. I'm going to root for my boy KL every fucking time. Oh, and then we get to my most favorite part here, Best Pop Vocal Album, because the winner is Mayhem by Lady Gaga.
Yeah, I think she deserved that. Yep. She did good on that.
It was Nikki Glaser and Tiana Taylor that presented the album. Like I said, let's fucking go! The nominees also were Justin Bieber's Swag, Sabrina Carpenter's Man's Best Friend, Miley Cyrus's Something Beautiful, and Teddy Swims's I've Tried Everything But Therapy Part 2. And here's the thing, Lady Gaga also gave a good speech. She said she always has to pinch herself every time she's on that stage getting awards. And she said this as a message to all the female artists out there. Fight for yourself as a singer, musician, and producer, even in a male-dominated environment. She must have learned by example from the likes of Heart, who were basically the huge breakout female band in the 70s.
Yep.
So, let me just look at something one more time quick. Yeah, it was Charlie XCX that ended up doing Lola, or gave Lola Young her award. She just said and walked off. Had no speech prepared. Well, I mean, dude, how can you not have a speech prepared? But then, of course, I could certainly understand that. Next up is Best Dance and Electronic Album. It was You Sexua by FKA Twigs that won that. The other nominees were Fred Again, It's 10 Days, Pink Pantheress's Fancy That, Rufus Du Sol's Inhale Exhale, and Skrillex's Fuck You Skrillex, You Think You're Andy Warhol, but you're not! The fuck kind of a title is that? The fuck kind of a title, dude? Here is another award that I'm pleased with, and that is Best Dance Pop Recording was Lady Gaga's Abracadabra. Let's see. The other nominees were Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco's Bluest Flame, Zara Larson's Midnight Sun, Tate McRae's Just Keep Watching, and Pink Pantheress's Illegal. No comment for that one. I am still pleased that my girl Lady Gaga won. This next one, dude, is actually a surprise for me. Best Dance and Electronic Recording, End of Summer by Tame Impala. The other nominees were Fred Again, Skepta, and Plaque Boy Max's Victory Lap, K-Tranada, Space Invader, Skrillex's Voltage, and that's it for that. No comment for that one, to be honest with you. Then finally, Best Remix Recording Non-Classical was Abracadabra, the Gesaffelstein. How the fuck do you say any of this? Anyway, the other nominees were Kate
Gustaffelstein?
I don't even know anymore, dude. I don't fucking know anymore. Either way, next up, right after I'm just losing my train of thought. The nominees were Kate Trinada's Don't Forget About Us, Ron Trent, the Ron Trent remix of A Dream's a Dream, Galvanize by Chris Lake, or that's gotta be right. I think that's gotta be right, or whatever. Or and then the other one was the David Guetta remix of Golden. Man, I had a bunch of tongue twisters there, dude. Fucking A, bro. All right, dude, we come to the best category out of all of these. Rock, metal, and alternative, baby. Let's fucking go. All right. First up is the best rock performance. And dude, I am not surprised at this one. Young Blood featuring Nuno Bencourt, Frank Bello, Adam Wakeman, and Sleep of Token. And 2 of Sleep Token.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? 2? Or
yeah,
deuces?
the leader is Vessel, and the other ones are just 2, 3, 4.
Okay. No, he couldn't be 1? 1, 2, 3, 4?
Vessel is basically 1. Just the leader, and then everyone else is just numbers.
Okay.
But my boss is the one who actually got me into Sleep Token, and they're actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Well,
a lot of people on Reddit give them a bunch of shit, but they're honestly pretty good.
Yeah. So they ended up winning Best Rock Performance for Changes, which was live from Villa Park back to the beginning. And the other nominees were You Should Not Be Doing That by Amo and the Sniffers, The Emptiness Machine by Linkin Park, Turnstiles Never Enough, and
Mirtazapine?
Yeah, Mirtazapine, by Haley Williams. If it wasn't by Boy Youngblood, it would have been Linkin Park's The Emptiness Machine for me. Oh, and then, of course, next up is Best Metal Performance. And I will say this, dude, we lost big time on it. It was Turnstiles Birds that won it. The nominees were Dream Theater's Night Terror, Ghosts, Lacrima, Sleep Token's Emergence, and Spirit Box's Soft Spine.
I'd say Night Terror was the best out of the bunch. Emergence is the second best. Next, I'd go with Spirit Box's Soft Spine.
Oh,
I would have did Dream Theater's Night Terror. That was my choice right there.
Yeah.
And I was listening to it, getting prepped to watch it for the Grammys, dude. And then when I saw this loss, dude, I was so mad, dude. This Dream Theater just ended up getting the biggest screw job since Eminem at the Grammys last year.
I mean, the Decemberists Down by the Water was kind of screwed out of their Grammy when that was up for grabs.
Oh yeah, damn.
Yeah, they
son.
almost won a Grammy off their song Down by the Water from their album The King is Dead. They didn't win it, but they should
Shit,
have.
man.
I think it was for like best rock song or best rock performance.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, so next up is best rock song, and it was Nine Inch Nails' "As Alive as You Need Me to Be" that won it. And dude, I am surprised. Nine Inch Nails, some reason, does not strike me as a Grammy-winning band or even to win any awards, honestly.
Yeah.
The other nominees were Sleep Token's "Caramel," Haley Williams' "Glum," Turnstile's "Never Enough," and Youngblood's "Zombie." And dude, Youngblood did another version of Zombie recently with the Smashing Pumpkins.
I made a joke about that band earlier today. Well, I didn't make a joke. There was this meme, all right? It was a bunch of pumpkins with Nigel Thornberry's faces photoshopped onto them
Oh
and said the
my-
Smashing Pumpkins.
What? Why?
Because he always says smashing.
Jeez. Okay, I get it now. I get the joke, dude. Unfucking believable. Unfucking real. All right, next up is Best Rock Album, and it was Turnstile's "Never Enough" that won that. The nominees were Deftones' "Private Music," Haim's "I Quit," Linkin Park's "From Zero," and Youngblood's "Idols."
What
Now,
did you think deserved that one?
either Linkin Park or Youngblood.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, right, Youngblood, like, dude, he's really becoming much more bigger now than he was, dude. Like, it's the same. He's basically like the equivalent of Jelly Roll, dude. Like, he's just surging really big right now. I'm actually surprised that he didn't win for Best Rock Album. I mean, he won Best Rock Performance, but I'm surprised he didn't get the Best Rock Album. Okay, next up is Best Alternative Music Performance, and it was The Cure's "Alone" that won that. And
I wasn't even aware The Cure was still making music.
oh yeah, they are. They are. And actually, in fact, this is, I think from what I saw, this was like, I think the first time they won any Grammys ever.
Really?
Yeah, if I remember correctly. Let me take a look. But before we do that, the other nominees were Bon Iver's "Everything Is Peaceful Love," Turnstile's "Seeing Stars," Wet Legs' "Manchout," and Haley Williams' "Parachute." And I think The Cure deserved that. Let me take a look here. Yeah, dude, this is the first time they've ever won Grammys. They were nominated in 1993 and 2001 for Best Alternative Music Album, but yeah. Oh, they were nominated for Best Alternative Music Album. Or, yeah, they won that too, actually. Songs of a Lost World won Best Alternative Music Album. And then the other nominees were Bon Iver's "Sable Fable," Tyler the Creator's "Don't Tap the Glass," Wet Legs' "Moisturizer," and Haley Williams' "Ego Death at a Bachelorette Party." What can I say, dude? Bottom line is the rock category is the only good category here, aside from country, because I'm a country guy, so. Okay, next up is the R&B, rap, and spoken word poetry categories. And the first up was Best R&B Performance. It was Kalani's "Folded" that won that. The other nominees were Justin Bieber's "Yukon," Rihanna beater Chris Brown, and Bryson Tiller with "It Depends." They also were nominated. Leon Thomas's "Mutt," which was live from the NPR's Tiny Desk, and Summer Walker's "Heart of a Woman." I'm just glad that fucking Justin Bieber and Chris Brown didn't win.
I was just about to say the same damn thing, dude. I,
Leon Thomas, I would say, would have won, should have won, but I do like Kalani.
I sent you the beatings by Chris Brown meme, right?
Yeah, I even
Okay.
photoshopped it on one of my podcasts a while back. I think it was the Dark Side of the Moon one that we did, where I
Sorry, I got a
posted it saying,
shit memory these days.
nah. But Leon Thomas, he did win though with best traditional R&B performance with "Vibes Don't Lie." Duran Bernard's "Here We Are," Lala Hathaway's "Uptown," Ladisi's "Love You Too," and SZA's "Cryberry" were the other nominees. And dude, like I said, Leon Thomas, dude, can't get enough of him. I really can't. Um, ah. Next up, we got his best R&B song, and it was Kalani's "Folded" that won that. So that's another impressive win there. The other nominees were Summer Walker's "Heart of a Woman," Chris Brown, the Rihanna Beater featuring Bryson Tiller with "It Depends," Duran Bernard's "Overqualified," and Leon Thomas's "Yes It Is." For me, dude, if it wasn't Kalani, it should have been Leon Thomas, man. Okay, next up was, or what was your thoughts about that? Or if you even remember.
Uh, I let's see. I think I'm fine with yeah, with Folded by Kalani, Parrish and Andre Harris.
Okay, I got you. Next up was best progressive R&B album. Also, now they're allowing progressive stuff on there. They couldn't even do prog rock, dude. What the fuck? You know? I could imagine that would have been a tough vote for you right there on who would have won if it was a prog rock, dude. All
I
right.
just hope next year, because the Deer Hunter is going to be releasing their new album soon. And I just hope it gets nominated for something for the next Grammys. Because they're
Yeah.
such a criminally underrated band. They are so good.
Yeah, without a doubt. No question about it, man. All right. So, for progressive R&B album, the winner was Duran Bernard's "Bloom." And the other nominees were Bilal's "Adjust Brightness," Destin Conrad's "Love on Digital," Flo's "Access All Areas," and Terrence Martin and Kenyon Dixon's "Come As You Are." Oh, for a moment I thought that was an R right there, and it said "Corm As You Are."
Hmm.
That could be another one for the Terabang Group Dictionary right there. All right, next up was best R&B album, and it was Leon Thomas's "Mutt" that won that. And I'll say this, I am pleased with that one. The other
Yeah.
nominees were Givon's "Beloved," Coco Jones's "Why Not More," Ladisi's "The Crown," and Tiana Taylor's "Escape Room." I'm looking at
All right.
Ladisi's album cover, and it's not even a fucking crown. And then I'm looking at Tiana Taylor's "Escape Room." It's not an escape room. It looks like freaking Tinkerbell or Tinkerbell's just nude swimming. Oh, here's another one that you'll be pleased with, and we'll get to that in a moment. Best rap
Mm.
performance is the next category, and it was "Chains and Whips" by Clips, Pusha T, and Malice featuring Kendrick Lamar and Pharrell Williams that won that. The other nominees were Cardi B's "Outside," Doechie's "Anxiety," Kendrick Lamar and Lefty Gunplay's "TV Off," Tyler the Creator and Tizo Touchdown's "Darling I." And I'll say this, you should be happy Anxiety didn't win that.
Yep.
Next up is best melodic rap performance, and it was Kendrick Lamar and SZA's "Luther" that won that, and I'm pleased with that as well. The other nominees were Friday and Meek Mill's "Proud of Me," JID, Ty Dolla Sign, and Black, but it's a six, and it's their song "Wholeheartedly." Terrence Martin and Kenyon Dixon with Rhapsody's "We Maj" that also nominated, and Party Next Door along with Drake and "Somebody Loves Me." Dude, Drake fucking got nominated for a change here? Shit. Dude, just imagine if that song would have won instead, dude. It could have been hey, CKL, you ain't untouchable, man. You ain't untouchable. I'm catching up with you.
And then we got best rap song.
TV Off by Kendrick Lamar and Lefty Gunplay. Another big victory for my boy. Nominees
Hmm.
were Dochi's Anxiety, Tyler the Creator with Glorilla, Sexy Red, and Lil Wayne for Sticky, and Glorilla's TGIF. Why the fuck would my boy Lil Wayne collab with Tyler the Creator? What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
And we got best rap album.
Yep. Just give me a moment, quick. GNX by Kendrick Lamar, man. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, man. And the other nominees were Eclipse's Let God Soar Him Out, Glorilla's Glorious, JID God Does Like Ugly, and Tyler the Creator's Chromacopia. G and fucking X, baby. Come on. Come on. And finally, we got Best Spoken Word Poetry Album. And it was Mad Skills' Words for Days Volume 1 that won that. The other nominees were Mark Marcel's Black Shaman, Omari Hardwick and Anthony Hamilton's Pages, and Saul Williams, Carl Nino and Friends' Saul Williams meets Carlos Nino and Friends at Tree People. That is a mouthful. It would be like the equivalent if you did an album that said Aegis Don Levity meets Roger Radio and the Family at Walmart.
Hmm.
All right, so the bottom line is like, dude, the only summary that I could say for the rap stuff is that essentially Kendrick Lamar is still on fire, dude. He is on fucking fire, dude. I knew I picked the right guy to support.
Hmm.
I knew it. And you know what, dude? The one thing that I'm interested in is if everything he said about Drake is true, dude. Could you imagine? Next up is jazz, traditional, pop, contemporary, instrumental, and musical theater categories. All right, let's see here. I know. Oh yeah, Doechii and Queen Latifah was the one who were the ones who presented Kendrick Lamar the best rap album, and it was a usual speech. Like it was him being his normal self. Like, dude, you know, I'm just glad to be here, blah blah blah, and all that. So, just wanted to quickly say that right before I forget. So, alrighty. Like I said, next is jazz, traditional, pop, contemporary, instrumental, and musical theater, and we're going to start with Best Jazz Performance, and it was Chick Corea, Christian McBride, and Brian Blades' Windows Live that won that. The other nominees were Lakecia Benjamin, Emmanuel Wilkins, and Mark Whitfield's Noble Rise, Samara Joy's Peace of Mind, Dreams Come True, Michael Mayo's Four, and All Stars Lead to You Live by a huge lineup that included Nicole Zaratis, Dan Pogok, Tom Scott, Edan Morim, Keon Harold, Rachel Eckroth, and Sam Weber. I think if it was, I think for me, I would say it would be Samara Joy. I do like Samara Joy.
Yep.
Played her stuff. I played a lot of her stuff on my old radio shows. So next up is the best jazz vocal album, and it was Samara Joy's Portrait that won that. And the other nominees were D.D. Bridgewater and Bill Charlap's Elemental, Terry Lynn Carrington and Christy Dashiell's We Insist 2025, Michael Mayo's The Fly, Nicole Zaratis, Dan Pogok, Tom Scott, Edan Morim, Keon Harold, Rachel Eckroth, and Sam Weber's Live at Vic's Las Vegas. Jeez, that is a fucking mouthful, dude. Like, holy shit.
All right, best jazz instrumental album. The winner was Southern Lights, Sullivan Forder, featuring Peter Washington and Marcus Gilmore. Honorable mentions: Trilogy 3 Live by Chick Corea, Christian McBride, Brian Blade, Belonging, Branford Marsalis Quartet,
Yeah.
A Spirit Fall, John Patitucci featuring Chris Potter and Brian Blade, and lastly, Fasten Up by Yellow Jackets.
I'm not really sure who I would say for this, honestly, because these are names that I don't recognize. You know? Boom! Fuck, I had to sneeze bad. COVID!
Best Large Jazz Ensemble album. Without further ado, Volume 1 was the winner by Christian McBride Big Band. Next is Orchestra Emulator by the 8-Bit Big Band. Then Lumen by Danilo Perez and I don't know how
Bahuzlin,
the
I'd
fuck
say.
to pronounce it.
I think it's Bahuzlin.
Bahuzlin?
I think so.
Bahuzlin? Yeah. Basie Rocks by Deborah Silver and the Count Basie. Is Count Basie still alive? That dude's got to be old.
Yeah, let
Oh
me.
no, he died in 84.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let me see how long these lasted for. Oh, no, they've been active since 1933, and apparently they're still going today, but probably with a different lineup.
Yeah.
This has gotta be like
No,
some.
Count Basie is like a jazz legend, dude.
Yeah, he is, without a doubt.
All right, Lights on a Satellite by Sun Ra Orchestra.
Yeah, I think it's
Some Days Are
orchestra.
Better, The Lost Scores by Kenny Wheeler Legacy featuring the Royal Academy of Music Jazz Orchestra and Frost Jazz Orchestra.
Yeah, I mean, I don't listen to any jazz ensembles or anything like that. I just listen to whatever I find. So,
Most of the music I've composed for the church so far is actually really jazzy, which is pretty cool.
yeah,
All right, then we got Best Latin Jazz Album. The winner is A Tribute to Benny Moré and Nat King Cole, Gonzalo Rubalat,
Rubalcaba.
Rubalcaba. I
Yeah,
don't know
I
how the
think
fuck to
so.
pronounce that.
Dude,
Daniel Harada
these are
and
gonna get
Joey
more harder.
Clavero. Other nominees were La Flor de Cayenne, Piquito de Riviera, and Madrid, New York Connection Band. The original influencers Dizzy Chano, Chico, Arturo O'Farrell, and the Afro-Latin Jazz Orchestra featuring Pedrito Martinez, Dame Arocena, John Faddis, Donald Harrison, and Melvin Santa.
Melvis. I
Melvis
thought you said Melvin
Santa.
for a moment.
I did say Melvin. It was Melvis though.
Yeah.
Munduaga, Mundu, Mun, uh, however that's pronounced,
Munda. I
celebrating
think it's
Carla Bley.
Munduagua.
Munduagua, yeah.
Yeah.
Arturo O'Farrell and the Afro-Latin Jazz Orchestra. Then Vanguardia Subterranea, live at the Village Vanguard, Miguel Zenon Quartet.
I really wouldn't know who to say about this, honestly, because I didn't even listen to this part.
Hmm. Then we got Best Alternative Jazz Album. The winner was Live Action by Nate Smith. Nominees were Honey from a Winter Stone by Ambrose Akinmusir.
Akin Musia,
Keys,
yeah.
Keys to the City, Volume 1 by Robert Glasper. Ride into the Sun by Brad Meldau. And Blues Blood by Emmanuel Wilkins.
I will say this, dude, I am pleased with Nate Smith winning this. I do like him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album. The winner was A Matter of Time by Laufey.
Yep.
Then nominees were Winter Songs by Leila Bialy, The Gift of Love by Jennifer Hudson, Who Believes in Angels? I do. Elton John and Brandy Carlisle, Harlequin by Lady Gaga, and The Secret Life of Partners Volume 2 by Barbara Streisand.
I think I probably would have said Harlequin, honestly, for this.
Yeah.
Either that or maybe Who Believes in Angels, because I do like Elton John and I do like Brandy Carlisle.
Elton John's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then we got Best Contemporary Instrumental Album. The winner was Brightside by Arcade or Arcai. Arcai. I'm gonna say
I think it's
Arcade. I'm probably
Arcai.
wrong. Arcai. Okay. One honorable mentions: ones and twos. Gerald Clayton, Beatrio, Bela Fleck, Edmer
Castaneda.
Castaneda,
Yeah.
and Antonio Sanchez. And Just Us by Bob James and Dave Coase. And then Cheyenne by Charusuri.
I think I would have chosen Just Us for Bob James and Dave Cause because I've listened to well their stuff and I like them.
All right, next we got Best Musical Theater Album. The winner was Buena Vista Social Club. I'm just gonna say the names of these instead of going through all the
Yeah,
artists.
I think you just say the name of the albums and that's it.
Yeah. And then we also have a Death Becomes Her, Gypsy, Just in Time, and maybe Happy Ending.
You know, it's hard for me to say for this one in particular because I am not a music theater guy.
I like musical theater, but just as anything I like, I'm very picky about
Not right, dude. Now you
it.
know how I fucking feel. Like, you know. All
Yeah.
right, next up we got is the country and American roots. Another good category for me right here. I just want to make sure. So this is so just to let you folks know, this was the first year where they ended up doing two brand new categories for the countryside, and it was traditional country album and country contemporary country album.
Okay,
So
I like that. That's a
right,
good change.
right. So the first up was the best country solo performance. It was Chris Stapleton's "Bad as I Used to Be" from F1 the movie or the soundtrack for that movie. Tyler Childers' "Nose on the Grindstone," Shabuzi's "Good News," Zach Top's "I Never Lie," and Lainey Wilson's "Somewhere Over Laredo." Now, this is a tough one for me because I like all of them.
Yeah.
But then, of course, I Never Lie, dude. I remember at the CMAs, Zach Top fucking won, and he had a freaking chorus banquet there, and we were toasting to that. Next up was Best Country Duo slash Group Performance, and it was Shabuzi and Jelly Roll's Amen, Miranda Lambert and Chris Stapleton's A Song to Sing, Reba McEntire, Miranda Lambert, and Lainey Wilson's Trailblazer, Margot Price and Tyler Childers' Love Me Like You Used to Do, and George Strait and Chris Stapleton's Honky Tonk Hall of Fame. Now, obviously, dude, I do like Shabuzi, and I do like the song A Song to Sing. And like I said, dude, Tyler Childers, I do like. And remember, dude, Margot Price, I fucking met her, got a chance to meet her at Riverfest back in September. So,
Nice.
yeah. All right. So, for this next part here, it was Jeff Goldblum and Lainey Wilson who presented the best contemporary country album, which is the next one. It was Jelly Roll's Beautifully Broken that won that. And oh my God, dude, the fucking emotions on him. It was like with Bad Bunny. The other nominees were Chelsea Ballerini's Patterns, Tyler Childers' Snipe Hunter, Eric Church's Evangeline versus the Machine, and Miranda Lambert's Postcards from Texas. And oh my God, dude. His speech that he gave, dude, was probably the most deeply emotional, personal speech I ever heard in my life. Because with Jelly Roll, dude, you gotta remember, dude, he was in and out of prison and incarcerated so many times, and he ended up dealing with many demons that included substance abuse. And even thanked his wife. That was his wife, by the way. He got married, and he thanked her for saving his life or being a part of it, saying, "If I hadn't met you, I would have killed myself or I would have died early on." And even said some of the stuff that I think you'll love here. And he said, and I quote,
Yeah.
"Jesus, I hear you and I see you. Jesus is for everybody. No politics, no sides, for everyone."
Honestly,
All right, give it to me.
individuals regardless, but when it comes to the pundits, I really doubt Jesus Christ would like many of the Republican politicians and pundits
Yeah,
because they know they're evil and they are evil. Their supporters don't know anything better, is the thing. They don't know they're bad because they
yeah,
pulled the wool over their eyes.
without a doubt, man. I mean, it's like I said, dude.
If
It's the
Jesus was
one thing. Is
alive,
like,
If Jesus was alive, he would be a liberal. The only thing he might disagree with the liberals on is the same thing I disagree. I'm not a big fan of abortion. If it's risking life for the mother, all for it. If it's rape, all for it.
Yeah. All right,
But people
next.
just need to practice better, in my opinion, anyway. People need
Yeah.
to practice better, like safe sex practices.
Yeah. Let's continue on, please.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Next up is a best traditional country album, and I am very pleased with this one, or torn kind of. It was Zach Top's "Ain't in It for My Health" that won it. The others nominees were Charlie Crockett's "Dollar a Day," Lucas Nelson's "American Romance," Willie Nelson's "Oh What a Beautiful World," and Margot Price's "Hard Headed Woman." And dude, fucking Willie got a nomination. Willie got a fucking nomination, dude. And I've listened to the album. I like the album. I love the album. Like, he's a fucking 90-some years old, dude, and he's still going strong. And that's something you gotta be impressed with.
He's 92 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Do you think he deserved that win? Should he
I'm
have won
torn
instead
because
of
I
Zach
love
Top?
Zach Top. I'm torn because I like Zach Top. But Willie Nelson, I really love his son. That's his son Lucas right there. He's another good artist. And then Margot Price, dude. Like I said, I'm torn with all of these ones right here. All right, next up is best country song, and it was Tyler Childers' "Biden List" that won that. The other nominees were Shabuzi's "Good News," Zach Top's "I Never Lie," Lainey Wilson's "Somewhere Over Laredo," and Miranda Lambert and Chris Stapleton's "A Song to Sing." Now, if it wasn't Tyler Childers that won that, I would have said "I Never Lie" by Zach Top, Lainey Wilson, "Somewhere Over Laredo," or Miranda Lambert and Chris Stapleton's "A Song to Sing" that I would have chosen to win.
Okay.
Next up is Best American Roots Song, and it was "I'm With Her's Ancient Light" that won that. Now, if you all remember, this is a super group that includes Sarah Jarosz, Aoife O'Donovan, and Sarah Watkins. The other nominees were John Batiste's "Big Money," Jason Isbell's "Fox in the Snow," Jesse Wells' "Middle," and Sierra Hull's "Spitfire." Now, to give you an idea, like I said, and I've been saying it a lot, for "I'm With Her," they did deserve that. I love them. I love their music. Sarah Jarosz, dude, I got a chance to meet at Riverfest. She was the one I was most excited to see that year. If it wasn't "I'm With Her" that won that, it should have been Jason Isbell that won that. Let's see how many categories we got left here. Okay, so next up is Best American Roots Performance. It was Mavis Staples' "Beautiful Strangers" that won that. Before that was John Batiste and Randy Newman's "Lonely Avenue," "I'm With Her's Ancient Light," Crimson and Clay's by Jason Isbell, and Alison Krauss and Union Station's "Richmond on the James." I would have chosen.
I really like Randy Newman, and Randy Newman is a legend.
Yeah, I don't care about him, honestly. You know, it's just I don't know what it is about his voice.
I love his voice and I love his music.
I think for this category, I would have chosen "Ancient Light" or "Crimson and Clay" for this one. Next up is Best Americana Performance, and it was Mavis Staples' "Godspeed" that won that. The other nominees were Sierra Hull's "Bloom," Maggie Rose and Grace Potter's "Poison in My Well," Molly Tuttle's "That's Gonna Leave a Mark," and Jesse Wells's "Horses." I have no comment for this one, to be honest with you. I really don't.
Yeah. I don't know, this isn't like my genre, so I can't really say.
Okay, next category was Best Americana Album, and it was John Batiste's "Big Money" that won. The other nominees were Larkin Poe's "Bloom," Willie Nelson's "Last Leaf on the Tree," Molly Tuttle's "So Long," "Little Miss Sunshine," and Jesse Wells's "Middle." I would have chosen "Last Leaf on the Tree" for that one by Willie.
Yeah, Willie Nelson is great.
Right. Next up is Best of Bluegrass Album. The winner was Billy Strings' Highway Prayers. There's the nominees were Michael Cleveland and Jason Carter's Carter and Cleveland, Sierra Hull's A Tiptoe Highwire, Allison Krauss and Union Station's Arcadia, and the Steel Drivers' Outrun. I do like Billy Strings. He's another good bluegrass musician. Okay. Next up is Best Traditional Blues Album. And the winner was Buddy Guy's Ain't Done With the Blues. The nominees were Taj Mahal and Kev Mo's Room on the Porch, Maria Muldaur's 1 Hour Mama, The Blues of Victoria Spivey, Charlie Musselwhite's Lookout Highway, and Kenny Wayne Shepherd and Bobby Rush's Young Fashioned Ways. I'm happy with this one. I am a huge Buddy Guy fan. Fucking still going strong like with Willie, man. He's the same age as Willie Nelson and he's still going at it. He doesn't even sound that old at all. He doesn't. All right, we got 3 more of these and then I say let's take a break after this category. Or after these 3 categories I meant. Best Contemporary Blues Albums next. It was Robert Randolph's Preacher Kids that won that. The nominees were Joe Bonamassa's Breakthrough, Samantha Fish's Paper Doll, Eric Gales's A Tribute to LJK, and Southern Avenue's Family. I honestly would not know who to pick for this one. I think it would be Joe Bonamassa's Breakthrough or Samantha Fish's Paper Doll I would have chosen. Because I played both of them on my radio shows as well. All right, next up was Best Folk Album, and it was I'm With Her's Wild and Clear and Blue that won that. The other nominees were Rhiannon Giddens and Justin Robinson's What Did the Blackbird Say to the Cow, Patty Griffin's Crown of Roses, Jason Isbell's Foxes in the Snow, and Jesse Wells's Under the Power Lines April 24th through September 24th. Now, I'm happy with this one too. I really am glad that I'm With Her won that. If it wasn't them, it should have been Jason Isbell, Foxes in the Snow, if they didn't win. All right, and finally, this is the last category we'll do before we go to break. Best Regional Roots Music Album. And it was a tribute to the King of Zydeco that's including a bunch of artists. Like it's a compilation or something like that. The other nominees were Corey Henry and the Treme Funk Dads live at Vaughn's, Preservation Brass and Preservation Hall Jazz Bands for Fat Man, Kyle Rouso's Church of New Orleans, and Trombone Shorty and New Breed Brass Band's Second Line Sunday. I honestly don't have a thought for that one, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I can't. Let me see again. Honestly, I'd probably say Second Line Sunday with Trombone Shorty and New Breed Brass Band.
Okay, I got you. All right, dude. So that being said, let's do another break, man. As I need another beer. I'm all out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to continue. We're going to take another short break. We will be right back, and we will talk to y'all in a minute. Don't go anywhere.
What time is it? Oh, shit. What's that? Drink last night. Yeah, you better went to. Alright. The hell? Traveling Jack from Clock Tower. I don't drink this shit. I drink Voodoo Rangers. What the fuck?
Rise and shine, Aegis!
How the fuck did you get in my apartment?
You left the door open.
Huh. Seriously? Tape from Tussle?
Come on, man, you love this song and you know it. It has that same upbeat personality like my all-time favorite song, Don't Bring Me Down by the Electric Light Orchestra.
Yeah, I know that. If I hear it one more goddamn time, I'm going to bash my brains in.
What's that, Aegis? I can't hear you, man.
Be sure to go follow me on all my social media today to stay updated on when I upload. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Roger Radio Show, where if you subscribe right now, you will win a free action figure.
It is the Roger Radio action figure with real working penis.
No. All right, so we are continuing on with this stuff right here with the Grammy Awards. There is a bunch more shit to go through. Not sure how long it'll take, but we're going to try and get through it as quick as we can. I know there's a few more things that I do want to talk about with this, so let's jump back into it. We are going to start off with the Gospel and Contemporary Christian section, and Aegis, how about you take that one, Mr. Church Guy?
Yeah. First, we got Best Gospel Performance / Song. The winner is Come Jesus Come by CeCe Winans featuring Shirley Caesar. The nominees were Do It Again, Kirk Franklin. Church by Tasha Cobbs Leonard and John Legend. Still Alive, Jonathan McReynolds and Jamal Roberts. Amen by Pastor Mike Jr.
All right. I'm not sure who I would say, honestly. I don't listen to a lot of Christian gospel music, you know. But
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some good stuff out there, so.
Yeah, next we got Best Contemporary Christian Music Performance / Song. Hard Fought Hallelujah by Brandon Lake with Jelly Roll.
Oh, that's 3 for Jelly Roll, man. Let's fucking go.
And nominees were I Know a Name, Elevation Worship, Chris Brown, Brandon Lake.
No.
Your Way
How
is
can
Better
you you have the Rihanna beater in that?
You're right, a real Christian wouldn't beat his wife. Your Way is
Right.
Better by Forrest Frank. Headphones by Lecrae and Killer Mike and T.I. Then Amazing by Daryl Walls and P.J. Morton.
Okay.
Then we got Best Gospel Album. The winner was Heart of Mine by Daryl Walls and P.J. Morton. Nominees were Sunny Days by Yolanda Adams, Tasha Cobbs Leonard, Live Breathe Fight, Tamela Man. I think I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah, I think it's
And then
Tamela Man.
Only on the Road Live by Ty Tribbett. Then we got
Alright.
Best Contemporary Christian Music Album, Corridos Volume 1 by Israel and New Breed. Nominees were Child of God 2 by Forrest Frank, Kingdom of Hearts by Brandon Lake, Reconstruction Lecrae, and Let the Church Sing by Torrin Wells.
Alright.
Then Best Roots Gospel Album, we got I Will Not Be Moved Live, the Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir. And then honorable mentions are Then Came the Morning by Gaither Vocal Band, Praise and Worship, More Than a Hallelujah, the Isaacs, Good Answers, Karen Peck and New River, Back to My Roots, Candy Step.
Okay. So obviously next up we got is Latin Global, African, Reggae, and New Age, Ambient or Chant, and oh my god, dude, we are gonna have a very bad time with this one here. I am not looking forward to this one. I am not looking forward to fucking trying to say them correctly, dude.
Do you want me to try?
I mean, we could take turns trying, but oh my god. We'll take turns doing both of these. So you do Best Land Pop Album, and I'll do Best Musica Urbana Album. So go ahead.
All right, Best Latin Pop Album, Cancionera, Natalia Lafourcade.
I was going to say
Nominees were-
Lefercade. I don't know.
Nominees were
dude.
Cosa Nuestra, Ra Alejandro, Bogota Deluxe, Andres Capeda, Tropical Keta, Carol G, Y Ahora Que by Alejandro Sanz.
Oh my God, dude. Okay, so
All
this is the
right.
next one here that I have to get into, and it's Best Musica Urbana album. It was Marcelo Hernandez and Carol G that presented that album. The winner was Bad Bunny, but with Debe Terra Mas Fotos. The other nominees were J Balvin's Mixtape, Fied's Fergso Volume X Sagrado, Nicki Nicole's Naki, Trueno EUB Deluxe, and Yandel's Sinfonico and Vivo in Vivo. Okay, so Bad Bunny made another good speech right here, as we all know. He says, "Thank you to everyone. God is great. Ice out." The big takeaway was that he said, "We're not savages, not aliens. We're humans and Americans. It's important to love, not hate, and hate is becoming the norm. We must fight it with love."
Beautiful speech.
Right? And you know, if everyone would actually fucking follow that example, we probably wouldn't be dealing with what we're fucking
We
dealing with
wouldn't.
right now. So,
All right, then we got Best Latin Rock or Alternative Album. The winner was Popota by, I don't know, Casriel, maybe? I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it. They put a fucking seven in there in the name.
I
Uh,
have no
and
idea.
Paco Amoroso. And then the nominees were Gine Rebeldes
I think so.
by Atercio Paledos, Astropical by Bomba Estéreo and Rawayana Astropical. Then Algorithm by Los Wizards. Uh, then Novella by Fido Pez.
Best Musica Mexicana album, including Tejano nominees, is the next category. It was Karen Leon Palabra de Tos Seca that won that. The nominees were Fresa Regida and Grupo Frontera Mala Mia, Grupo Fronteras Wilo que Viene, Paulo Jara Sins Rodeos, and Bobby Polito and friends Una Tuya y una mia por la puerta grande en vivo.
And then we've got Best Tropical Latin Album. The winner was Rice, I think that's pronounced maybe, by
Yeah.
Gloria Estefan. And then the nominees were Fotografias by Ruben Blades and Roberto Delgado and Orchestra. Clásicos 1.0 by Grupo Niche. Then A Bingo by Alain Perez. Then Debut y Segunda Tanda Volume 2 by Gilberto Santa Rosa.
Yeah. Best reggae album, the winner was Kaznamdi's Blixt and Fia. It's two fucking X's, dude. BLXXD. Like, what the fucking
I had a
fuck?
dude with a fucking seven in the middle of his name. He only got shit.
What is going on here, dude? Do you see why I had such trouble with this shit? The other nominees were Lila Ike's Treasure Self Love, Veeb's Cartel Heart and Soul, Mortimer's From Within, and Jesse Royal's No Place Like Home. Oh, at least these are fucking English right here, dude. Like I said, I fucking suck at it.
And we got Best Global Music Performance, You by Bad Bunny. Uh, then we got Cantando en el Camino by Hurtado. Oh, Ciro Hurtado.
Yeah.
Jerusalema by Angelique Kidjo. Immigrante Ike by Yesi Rojas. Srini's Dream by Shakti. And then Daybreak by Anushka Shankar featuring Alam Khan and Sarati Korwar.
All right. Next up was Best Global Music Album, and it was Caetano Veloso and Maria Bethania Caetano e Bethania or Ao Vivo that won that. The nominees were Sid Had Batia's Sound of Kumba, Burna Boy's No Sign of Weakness, Yaso Nindor's Eclairio Le Monde Light the World, Shakti's Mind Explosion 50th Anniversary Tour Live, Anushka Shankar's Alam Khan, and Saturday Korra's Chapter 3 We Return the Light.
And Best African Music Performance. Push to Start was the winner by Tyla. Then we got Love by Burna Boy. With You with Davido featuring Omale. Hope and Love by Eddie Kenzo and Mehran Matin. I, I might have that wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
Gimme Dat by Aerostar featuring Wizkid.
Give me that what?
Just give me that.
Could mean
Give
a
me
whole
both
lot
of
of things.
those.
So, all right. Now, and finally, Best New Age Ambient or Chant album. And the winner was Normadica by Carla Patullo featuring the Scorchio Quartet and Tonality. The nominees were Karuvinda by Kristen Agresta Couple, According to the Moon by Cheryl B. Engelhardt, GEM, and Dallas String Quartet. Into the Forest by Janavi Harrison, and The Colors in My Mind by Chris Redding. Finally, dude. Holy fuck, dude. I swear to
Fun
God.
fact. Fun fact, the Scorchio Quartet
Yeah.
actually collaborated with David Bowie on his album Heathen,
Fucking A, bro. Fucking
which honestly
A.
is one of his best albums. It's so fucking good.
You still keep saying that, dude. I still gotta give that a listen. I've listened to a couple songs that you told me to listen to, but that's it. All right, so next up is children's comedy, audiobook narration, and storytelling, visual media, and music video film. Now, I could
Do you
say
want to
this,
keep doing
dude.
the whole back and forth thing?
Let's do that, yeah.
Okay.
You can start.
All right. You were going to say something, though?
It was just like, I would understand if they did a movie soundtrack, but why do they have to include everything else?
I don't know. Anyway, Best Children's Music Album. Winner was Harmony by Feutic und Aura 5. The nominees were Ageless, 100 Years Young, Giovanni Leeds, and Joya. Buddy's Magic Treehouse by Mega Ran. Her Story by Flor Bromley. And the music of Tori and the Muses, Tori Amos.
All right. We have next up is Best Comedy Album. Your Friend Nate Bargatze by Nate Bargatze was the winner. The nominees were Bill Burr's Drop Dead Years,
Oh, I love Bill Burr.
Sarah Silverman's Postmortem, Ali Wong's Single Lady, and Jamie Foxx's What Had Happened Was.
I also really like Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. Well, Jamie Foxx was in attendance at the Grammys. He was in attendance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx is really funny, and so is Bill Burr. They just have very different styles of comedy.
Yeah. All right.
Right, Best audiobook narration and storytelling recording. Meditations, Reflection of His Holiness the Dalai Lama by Tenzin Gyatso. The Dalai Lama wins. Oh, the Dalai fucking Lama got a Grammy. The Dalai fucking Lama got a Grammy.
Yeah.
Then we got Elvis, Rocky, and Me, The Carol Connors Story by Kathy Garver. Into the Uncut Grass by Trevor Noah. A Lovely One, a memoir by Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Who is
You
one
Know
of the
It's True, the real-
justices of... and who is one of the justices of the Supreme Court?
Oh shit, you're right.
And she was in
Yeah.
attendance also at the Grammys.
And then we got You Know It's True, the real story of Milli Vanilli
Yep.
by Fab Morvan.
Yep. Oh, yeah. That's supposed to be like a bio about Milli Vanilli and their fall from grace. Yeah.
All
And
right, on to you.
All right, best compilation soundtrack for visual media. The winner was Sinners by various artists. The next nominee was A Complete Unknown by Timothy Chalamet. And this was actually
Chalamet.
the biopic of our very own Bob Dylan. And let's see. Next up was F1 the album by various artists, and K-pop Demon Hunters by various artists. Wicked by Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, and the Wicked movie cast. And then yeah, that's it.
I think Sinners definitely deserved that Grammy. I watched it just like couple weeks, maybe a month ago. It is so good.
Was
It's
that the
really good, and
one
it's got
movie that
really
you
good
kept
music in
telling
it.
me I was that the one movie you kept telling me I had to go watch with you, or was it another one?
No, I think it was another one.
Oh, okay, I got you.
No,
I'm
Sinners had a really good soundtrack with lots of good original music on it, and I really liked it.
Yeah, I am a little curious about the F1 album. Honestly, I know the
Yeah.
K-pop Demon Hunters one. I think there was like maybe a couple songs that kept playing constantly on the fucking PA speaker at work. So,
Hmm.
all right,
Then we got Best Score Soundtrack Album for Visual Media. The winner was Sinners with Ludwig Göransson,
yeah,
which I think is cool because I just said I really like Sinners. How to Train Your Dragon, John Powell. John Powell's a really good composer.
yeah.
Severance, Season 2, Theodore Shapiro. Wicked, John Powell and Stephen Schwartz. And The Wild Robot, Chris Bowers.
Yeah. Oh shit, my mouse just went flying at me. Or it went flying out of my hand. I was just trying to find something. Okay. Okay. Next up is the best score soundtrack for video games and other interactive media. The winner was Sword of the Sea.
Jake.
Yeah. The winner was Sword of the Sea by Austin Wintory, and the other nominees were.
All right.
Yeah, please, dude. Let's just focus and fucking get this done and over with.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
All right, and then we
nominees.
got
The other nominees were Avatar: Frontiers of the Pandora, Secrets of the Spires by Pinar Toprak, Helldivers 2 by Wilbert Roget II, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle by Gordy Hobb, and finally it was Star Wars Outlaws Wildcard and a Pirate's Fortune by Cody Matthew Johnson and Wilbert Roget II.
all right. Then we got Best Song Written for Visual Media.
Yeah, just say like
The
the
winner
name of the
was
song and that's it.
Yeah. The winner was Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters. Nominees were As Alive as You Need Me to Be from Tron Ares, I Lied to You from Sinners, Never Too Late from Elton John, Never Too Late, Pale Pale Moon from Sinners, and Sinners from Sinners.
Sinners from Sinners.
All right, then on to you.
All right.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I don't like that. I don't like that. Can we change that? I'm gonna call the Grammys right now and tell them to fucking change their shit.
It's too late. There's nothing
But
you can do. The
Ratchet and
win.
Eric.
Anyway, next up was best music video, and it was Dochi's Anxiety. And dude, it was a horror show that I watched.
I'm gonna call the Grammys and make them change that. I don't
They're
like
not
that.
going to let you change it. You would have to make a bomb threat. The
Guess
other
I'm making
nom-
a bomb threat.
The other nominees were Sabrina Carpenter's Man-Child, Clips's So Be It, OK Go's Love, and Sade's A Young Lion. I have nothing to say about it, so I have nothing to say for this music video thing, and I don't have any choices for what. So yeah, you go. All right, you're next.
Please. All right, next we got Best Music Film Music by John Williams. John Williams won. Nominees were Laurence Bozero, video.
Oh, whoa! I see where you're. Those are the songwriters right there. Next to is Devo.
Yeah,
Devo.
I just noticed that. Yeah, so Best Music Film was Music by John Williams. By John Williams. Next was Devo by Devo. Live at the Royal Albert Hall,
by
Ray.
Ray. Yep.
Relentless by Deanne Warren. And Piece by Piece by Pharrell Williams.
Oh, okay. I see that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Next up, we have is the package notes and historical categories. The best historical album was is what we're gonna start with, and the winner was the Joni Mitchell Archives Volume 4, The Asylum Years from 1976 to 1980 by Joni Mitchell, obviously. The other nominees were The Making of Five Leaves Left, Roots Rockin' Zimbabwe, The Modern Sound of Harare Townships 1975 to 1980, Analog Africa number 41, Super Disco Parada de Tepido para el Mundo 1965 through 1980, Analog Africa number 9, and finally, You Can't Hip a Square, the Doc Capomas songwriting demos.
All right, and then we got Best Recording Package. The winner was tracks to The Lost Albums by Megan Foley and Michelle Holm.
Nope, those were
Art
those.
directors.
That was Bruce Springsteen's album.
Oh, okay, okay, I see now. Okay, and then next was And the Adjacent Possible by OK Go.
Yep.
Next was Balloonerism by Mac Miller. And Danse Macabre Deluxe by Duran Duran. Loud As by Tsunami. Sequoia by various artists. And then The Spins by Mac Miller.
I'm surprised that Bruce Springsteen actually won that one, to be honest with you. I mean, look at the recording package. Do you not see the artwork here, dude?
Let me see, check it out quick. For which
Yeah.
one?
Yep. Tracks to the Lost Albums.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Right?
All right, then you
All
go.
right. Next up is Best Album Cover, and the winner was Tyler, the Creator's Chromacopia. Next up was Bad Bunny's Debí Tirar Más Fotos, Dijos The Crooks, Perfume Genius's
Crux.
Glory, and Wet Legs Moisturizer.
I just
Now-
looked at all of those album covers and I agree with their reasoning there. I think Chromacopia had the best album cover out of those.
Now look, dude, doesn't that not look like a 1920s style promo photo or publicity photo right there?
Yeah.
Just the overall look of it. Then we got DTMF, which I'm gonna call it, and it's just two freaking lawn chairs sitting under a tree.
I kind of liked the one by the Crux.
Let me
I
look.
thought that was a good picture. I thought that was a good photo. I like the,
Yeah, it
I don't know, I
looks
just
like.
like the way it was framed.
Yeah, I like that too. Next up was Glory, and it looks like a dead person trying to crawl in through a window, and there's a car in the background. I don't know what the fuck that is. And then
Drugs, that sort of is.
Moisturizer. Yep, I know Moisturizer. I've played a couple songs from this album on one of my radio shows, and it's just the musician herself doing that.
All right, next we got Best Album Notes. The winner was Miles 55, The Prestige Recordings by Miles Davis.
Yep,
Honorable
the
mentions,
fucking Miles
audio-
Davis.
Yep, honorable mentions. We got Adios, Farewell, Goodbye, Good Luck, So Long on Stage, 1964 to 1974 by Buck Owens and his Buckaroos. Ooh, Buck Owens and his Buckaroos.
Yeah.
Then we got After the Last Sky by Anwar Ibrahim, Angel Lechner, Django Bates or Bates, Dave
Bates.
Holland. Then Arabe by Amanda Carey. The First Family Live at the Winchester Cathedral, 1967 by Sly and the Family Stone. And then A Ghost is Born, 20th Anniversary Deluxe Edition by Wilco.
I'll say this, dude. I am happy with Miles Davis for that one.
Miles Davis is fucking incredible, dude.
Dude, he's considered among the best ever in the jazz era, in the jazz sound. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, next up we got is production, engineering, composition, and arrangement. First up is producer of the year, classical. The winner was Elaine Martone, and the other honorable mentions were Blanton Alspal, Sergei Kavitko, Morten
Vitko?
Lindberg,
I don't know.
Dimitri Lepay.
All All right, and then best immersive audio album. The winner was Immersed by Justin Gray. Oh yeah, Justin Gray. All American Fuckboy by Duckworth. An immersive tribute to Astor Piazzolla, live by various artists. Tearjerkers by the Tearjerkers. Yule by Trio Medieval.
And
Medieval.
an all-American fuckboy. I mean, dude, I'm an American fuckboy, so what do you expect? That shit's hilarious.
I rolled it too. All right,
All right.
best
Next
instrument.
up is Best Instrumental Composition. The winner was First Snow by Nordkraft Big Band, Remy LeBeuf, and Daniel Wirtz. The other nominees were Live Life This Day Movement 1 um, by Miho Hazama, Danish Radio Big Band, and Danish National Symphony Orchestra. Lord, That's a Long Way by Sierra Hall. Opening by Zayn Effendi. Train to Emerald City by John Powell and Stephen Schwartz. Why You Here Before the Sun Went Down by Ludwig Göransson featuring Miles Kenton.
And we got Best Engineered Album Classical. The winner was Saron's Don't Look Down by Sandbox Percussion. And we got Eastman Symphony Number 2, Tchaikovsky Symphony Number 2 by Franz Welser Most and the Cleveland Orchestra. Then we got Shostakovich, Lady Macbeth of the Msank District by Andres Nelson, Christine Opalai, Gunther Groisbuck, Peter Hoare, Brendan Gunnell, and Boston Symphony Orchestra. Standard Stoppages by the Third Coast Percussion, and then Yule by Trio Medieval.
Alrighty. Next up is Best Engineered Album, Non-Classical, and the winner was That Wasn't a Dream by Pino Palladino and Blake Mills. The other nominees were All Things Light by Cam, Arcadia by Alison Krauss and Union Station, and for Melancholy Brunettes and Sad Women by Japanese Breakfast. Okay.
Then we got Best Arrangement, Instrumental, or A Cappella. The winner was Super Mario Praise Break by the 8-Bit Big Band.
What?
That's fucking cool. I want to listen to that.
Might as well, yeah.
And we got Be Okay by Cynthia Erivo. A Child is Born by Nordkraft's Big Band and Remy LeBeuf. And then Fight On by the Westerlies.
Right. Next up was Best Arrangement, Instrumental, and Vocals. The winner was Big Fish by Nate Smith featuring Sage. And the other nominees were How Did She Look by Seth MacFarlane, Keep an Eye on Summer by Jacob Collier, Something in the Water by Acoustish, or by Lawrence, and What a Wonderful World by Cody Fry. Dude, Seth MacFarlane, really?
I was just gonna say Seth MacFarlane. No, he's actually really good with music too.
He doesn't seem like a musical
theater guy. He is. He actually is.
I don't know.
You should have seen him host the fucking Oscars. He was really funny and he did some music and it was really good.
Yeah.
And then we have Jacob Collier, who's like a little kid. Well, not really a kid. You know what I mean. He's just very young. And he's a musical genius. He really is. Jacob Collier is great.
Yeah.
All right. Then we got classical.
Next up, we got it is the classical category. And yeah, you go ahead and continue.
Yeah, best orchestral performance. The winner was Messiaen Turangalila Symphony by Boston Symphony Orchestra. Coleridge Taylor Toussaint Louverture Ballade, Opus 4 suites from 24
N-word
Black
melodies.
melodies. I'm just gonna say
Yeah.
black.
Yeah, like it's not the N-I word, but it's the N-E word or whatnot. I
It's
try to
the
avoid
yeah,
that.
it's a Spanish word for black, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, let's just
Then we
be
got
careful with that.
yeah, then we got Ravel Bolero by
Oh, that
Simon
one was by
Bolivar
National
Symphony
Philharmonic
Orchestra of.
Orchestra, but continue.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah, I got it for
Yeah,
you.
and then we
Just
yeah,
yeah,
then we got Still in Bonds by the Philadelphia Orchestra, and then Stravinsky Movements and Symphony in Three Movements by the San Francisco Symphony. And I just want to say I really like Igor Stravinsky. He's one of my favorite composers.
yeah. I was gonna say I don't think I heard the Ravel part. Can you? The other one was Ravel Bolero M81 by Simon Bolivar Symphony Orchestra of Venezuela. I didn't hear that part honestly, so I thought I repeated.
I think I accidentally skipped that one. My bad.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right,
I got
you
it for you, so it's all fine.
yeah.
Next up is Best Opera Recording, and the winner was Hedgie Intelligence by Houston Grand Opera and Gene Shear. The other nominees were Huang Ruo, An American Soldier by American Composers Orchestra, and David Henry Huang. Uh, Koyomandejian, Adoration by Sylvana Quartet, the Choir of Trinity Wall Street, and O'Halloran, Trade, and Mary Motorhead. What? Mary Motorhead?
Hmm.
Anyway, it's by Irish National Opera Orchestra and Marco Halloran. And finally, Tesori Grounded by the Metropolitan Opera Orchestra, the Metropolitan Opera Chorus, and George Brandt.
All right, next we got Best Choral Performance. The winner was Ortiz Yanga by Los Angeles Master Chorale. Other nominees were Advena, Liturgies for a Broken World by Simon Barad, Emily Joachim Black, and Michael Haas. Conspirare,
Yeah.
Conspirire. Child's in the Love of the Beloved, in the Arms of the Beloved, my bad. Billy Child's Den, Schmielinsky, Christian Human, Larry Coons, Lyris Quartet, on Akiko Myers, Carol Robbins, Lusania Souza, Los Angeles Master Chorale. And then we got Lang, Poor Hymnal, by Stephen Bradshaw, Michael Haas, Lauren Kelly, Rebecca Seiler, and Elisa Sutherland, The Crossing. Then
Okay.
Requiem of Light by Stephen Fox, conductor, Brian Giebler, and Sangeeta Kaur, The Clarion Choir.
All right. Perfect. Okay. So next up is Best Chamber Music and Small Ensemble Performance, right? I don't know. Okay, so Best Chamber Music Small Ensemble Performance is next. The winner was Dennehy, Land of Winter by Alan Pearson and Alarm Will Sound. The other nominees were Lemur,
jalapenos in the fridge if you want to put some on the pizza.
Lemur French Piano Trios by Neve Trio. Lullabies for the Brokenhearted, Lily Hayden and Paul Cantalone, I believe is what it is. Slavic Sessions by Maka Gritzik and Matusa Kowalski. And Standard Stoppages by Third Coast Percussion. All right, go
We got
ahead. It's next.
Yep, Best Choral Performance. Then
Oh, it's
wait,
actually,
I'm on
didn't
the
you
wrong
already
one.
do
My
that
bad.
one? Or?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
It was Best Classical Instrumental Solo.
Yep, that's right.
The winner was Shostakovich, the Cello Concertos by by Boston Symphony Orchestra. Nominees were Coleridge Taylor 3 selections from the 24 Black Melodies, National Philharmonic, Hope Orchestrated, Venezuela Strings Recording Ensemble, Inheritances. I know I was so hard for me to say that. It's English. By Adam Tendler, Price Piano Concertos in One Movement in D minor, Malmo Opera Orchestra, then Shostakovich, the Piano Concertos Solo Works by the Boston Symphony Orchestra.
Alrighty.
And then there were three.
All right. Which one is it? Best classical compendium?
No, we're
Or
on best classical vocal solo.
I'm just trying. Okay, I see where it is. Yeah. Best classical vocal solo is next. And the winner was Talman Ino Opera Eras for Soprano by Boston Early Music Festival Orchestra. The other nominees were Alike, My Mother's Dream by Nashville Symphonia Orchestra, Black Pirata um, by Sidney Outlaw and Warren Jones, In the Short Life by Michael Nicholas. Yep.
Open your eyes, Nicholas.
Yeah. Kurtag, Kafka Fragments by Susan Naruki and Curtis McComber, and Schubert Beatles by Rupert Boyd, Julia Bollick, Alex Levine, Andrew Owens, Ruben Rengel, and Sam Weber.
All right, then we got best classical compendium. The winner was Ortiz Yanga by Gustavio Dudamel, conductor, Dimitri Lepay, producer, and we got Sauron, Don't Look Down,
I think we'll
Soundbox
just
percussion,
read the names of them.
Jonathan Allen, Victor Cachese, Christopher Sauron, Ian Rosenbaum, Terry Sweeney, and Mike Tierney, producers.
I think we'll just
Then we
read
got
the names of these. I think all the names aren't worth anything.
oh, okay. The Dunbar Morris Sessions, Volume 2, 7 Seasons, and Tombeau.
Alrighty. Finally, before we get to the special merit awards, we have Best Contemporary Classical Composition, and the winner was Ortiz Dizonat. It was by Elisa Weilerstein, Gustavo Dudamel, and LA Philharmonic. And the nominees were Sarone Don't Look Down by Connor Hannock and Sandbox Percussion, Dennehy Land of Winter by Alan Pearson and Alarm Will Sound, Leon Ressy's Origins by Edward Gardner and London Philharmonic Orchestra, and Oka Pebolo Songs in Flight. I don't know. Songs in Flight by Will Liverman, Paul Sanchez, and various artists.
All right, then we got
All
special
right.
merit awards.
Yep, finally we got the special merit awards, and there's a whole lot of them right here, or at least a few of them that we'll get through. We're going to start with the Music Cares Person of the Year. Now, Music Cares Person of the Year is a charity award celebrating an artist's creative achievements and their dedication to philanthropy, and the winner of that was Mariah Carey.
Nice.
Yep. Now, next up, we have the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award, and Dr. Dre was in attendance. He was in the audience at the Grammys. It was a Q-Tip who presented the award to Pharrell Williams, who won it. And Pharrell Williams, he was looking at a montage or a slideshow that they made for him, and he said in his speech, and I quote, "It is awkward to sit through montages. It's like listening to your voicemail over speakers." And stated that
Right.
Dr. Dre, he listened to Dr. Dre his whole entire life and considers him as among the greatest to ever do it. And not only is he one of the huge, impactful hip-hop artists, but he is considered one of the best producers, not only in the hip-hop genre, but of all time. I mean, dude, remember, Dr. Dre found if it was, Eminem wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Dr. Dre. Snoop Dogg wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Dr. Dre. So you can consider the fact that Dr. Dre did play a huge role in making some of these big names. Because look, remember this: Eminem and Snoop Dogg are his two biggest examples, and they ended up becoming what they became. So it's very nice to see that they do, at least for a special merit award for the hip hop scene, they would name something after Dr. Dre. It is absolutely appropriate that he does have an award like that. All right, next up was the Black Music Icon Award, and those are
when I am famous, when I am rich and famous, I'm going to win this award. I'm going to be the first white man to win the Black Music Icon Award.
Dude, we're not making race jokes right now. Focus.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, the Black Music Icon it was awarded to Brandy and Kirk Franklin. And there was a lot of people that won the Lifetime Achievement Awards, which is next, and it went to Carlos Santana, Chaka Khan, Cher, Fela Kuti, Paul Simon, and Whitney Houston. The Trustees Award went to Bernie Taupin, Eddie Palmieri, and Sylvia Rohn. And the Technical Grammy Award went to John Chowning. And finally, the Harry Belafonte Best Song for Social Change Award went to the song Ice Cream Man, which was written by Rachel Keane, Michael Tucker, and Micah Sabath, performed by Ray.
All right. That's it.
Yep, that's it for all the awards. Now, before we conclude this podcast, ladies and gentlemen, there is like a couple notes that I wanted to also make that I couldn't find anywhere to put them at, so we're going to get right into it. So getting back to the stuff that Fox News was saying is that there is a couple other stuff. Fox News obviously took notice that Ketanji Brown Jackson was in attendance. And they were claiming that she is under fire for supporting the anti-ICE rhetoric that was going on throughout the whole thing. And they also had to go as far for the speeches to say that right-wingers are not having a good enough equal voice and should deserve one. And they stated that the Grammys were not entertaining. They just became a lecture show. Now, the one thing that I want to say about this is like, there's a reason why they don't get equal say, dude. There is a good reason. What the will you tell them to fucking stop, please? We're trying to finish this goddamn podcast stuff.
Right. Okay.
Like, seriously, that's enough. Now, another note that I want to also make is that, so, you know, like how all of the people like Bad Bunny and Olivia Dean said what they said in their speeches, right?
Yeah.
You cannot believe what Sean Hannity fucking said that really disgusted the living hell out of me about it.
What did he say?
Okay, so he ended up playing that montage and then made a jab at Olivia Dean about her grandparents being immigrants. He says this. He claims himself that he himself is a descendant of immigrants and took a jab at him by saying, but the difference between us is my grandparents came here legally.
That's a load of bullshit.
So he basically is claiming...
That is a load of bullshit.
He's basically claiming that that Olivia Dean's grandparents didn't come here legally, and he's saying that Bad Bunny's family didn't come here legally. He's accusing them of being descendants of illegals. What does that tell you?
I mean, they might have said the same thing in Germany about the Jews back in the old days.
Yeah. Sean Hannity even went so far as to declare this in his Twisted Mind, saying that what we saw from the speeches is going to help the GOP win the midterms coming up. Yeah, we get that, dude. We fucking get it. Just put them away. Okay, so before we conclude this podcast, one final note that I want to make here is, so there is a YouTube channel that I mentioned earlier. His name is Rick Beto, and he is a huge music guy. He ended up doing a video on his YouTube channel talking about the Grammys, and he states in the video that music, not only the music, but the Grammys themselves are starting to lose more of their continuity, saying that a lot of the songs back in, like, let's say 1984, 85, there used to be only 1 to 2 songwriters, but now, and the musicians themselves, but now these days, there's more than a fucking dozen songwriters on one song.
Yeah. You don't need that many people to write a good song. All of my songs I make all by myself, and I work hard on them. They're great.
Yeah, I mean, it's the one thing. It's like, dude, it basically is a good point right there when you think about it. And he also insisted that their music is becoming more lazier because a lot of the songs that were nominated for the awards are winning. They were basically just a bunch of samplings. They were
I
sampling
fucking
way
agree
far too much
100%.
instead of actually making original music from scratch. So when you think about it with the Grammys, the final thing that I could say is like, we obviously Rick Beato does have a fair point about it, dude. Like,
Yes.
music today, dude, it's not being made from scratch. They're just taking whatever from other songs and making their own samples of it. So they're trying to like half-ass it, bringing in how many songwriters that they do not need, and probably paying a few ghostwriters under the table instead of doing everything from scratch. Like, how many hours do you think Emerson, Lake, and Palmer had to put in to make their stuff? How many hours did Pink Floyd put in to make their stuff?
No, once I'm rich and famous, I have my band together. There's a project I want to do some days. I'm just calling it Shitting Out a Pop Album. And what we're gonna do is me and my band are gonna get together, and in the course of 24 hours, we're gonna make an entire pop album,
Right?
just to kind of make fun of how basic and trite the music is.
Yeah. Without a doubt, man. Without a doubt, indeed. I mean, what can I say about this, dude? Oh, for the final Grammys, for my final thoughts, like, I am just so disappointed, man. The performance, I mean,
Me
dude,
too.
I do understand that with some of their speeches, there is a message to spread, and there is a discussion that people can have, you know. But there was one guy, I can't remember his name. He ended up saying this, and he's like, dude, things are not, it's not, these ceremonies are not supposed to be about talking politics or whatnot. It's about just enjoying the moment kind of thing. And I do feel that there is a message, there is a conversation to be had with some of these things, but save it for another time, dude. I do understand you guys are passionate about it, but you can leave it for something else. Let your music do the talking.
Yeah.
Well, what are your final thoughts about this whole thing?
Honestly, I'm very disappointed. The only one that I really was excited for was I was excited that Dream Theater might win a Grammy, but they fucking didn't.
And here's the thing, though. It was their song from Parasomnia. It was fucking Night Terror that should have won, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. And if not them, maybe fucking Sleep Token could have got a Grammy. No, it's just this basic trite shit that gets the attention.
Yeah. I mean, what is there else that I can really say, honestly? You know, like, there were some good things here and there that I saw. There were some highlights, but the majority of the time it was all a bunch of lowlights, you know, like.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, obviously Bad Bunny, we all know he won big. This was his night without a doubt, but obviously he couldn't really do a performance or whatnot because of the Super Bowl halftime show that he has to do, and I'm very interested to see how that goes. I am very interested to see what he can do with that.
Yeah.
I will say this, just on a lighter note, dude. So there was this juvenile detention center that Jelly Roll was incarcerated at. And there was an announcement that was made that because of how the juvenile center changed his life for the better, he's giving his Grammy to them for display, to put on display. And He says that it's for the intention of giving all the inmates or juveniles a sense of hope.
That's cool. I like that.
Right? You got, dude, I'm telling you, man, like, that right there is why I earned more respect for him than ever because of that. And I think for a lot of these musicians that have went through so much, he is probably one of the best examples of how to really overcome everything like he did.
All
right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this podcast. Holy shit, we nearly went 3 hours here, man. Thank you all so much for watching this. If any of you watched the Grammys, what were your thoughts about all of it? let us know in the comments below. We're going to record another podcast as well to touch on some of the topics and subjects that were the subject of this Grammys Award, and that episode will be up in 1 to 2 days. So stay tuned for that, and if you guys want to continue to see more content from us in the future, subscribe to the Roger Radio Show, and hit the bell to be notified, hit the like button, and comment what you think we should cover on our podcast here. And while you're at it, be sure to also go subscribe to the Interrobang group as well. The link to that and to all my social media will all be in the description below. Aegis, you got any final thoughts?
No, just we made a new video on the Interrobang group a couple week or two ago. Called The Duel of Destiny. It was really good. Check it out. It's funny. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching this. And as always, until next time, ta-ta for now!
Peace.